There we are. Hello, people. Sorry, I am so late. So, there I am, sitting down at my computer, ready to get going when who calls but the HR team from my new job that I'm starting on Monday. So, as you can imagine, not skipping that call. Anyway, as you can see, I did grind my way up to level 60 yesterday, and by that I mean this morning I finished level 60. Oh, hello, Beefy Muscle. I did nothing. I haven't even started yet. They were just making sure that they were changing my HR contact and making sure that I knew when to show up on Monday. That's all. Can you imagine? Hello, Daniel. It appears that we do not, as it says that unlocks at level 65, and I'm at cap level. So, I don't believe we will have Sky Tower just yet. Hello, Indit. Anyway, now that I've reached level 60 though, there's no more main quest. So this is the part of the game that I'm concerned about, and that's trying to get our gear built up to be able to actually run dungeons when there's very little, accessible dungeons. Like, we can't just run until we get the stuff that we want, so we have limited options. But that being said, it also isn't very fun if we just stick with the same weapon. So today we are going to switch to Stellar Sphere. Which means I need to redo everything. As you can see, I've only briefly touched in on Stellar Sphere. Oh. Now, I did do full speed build before. Hello, Damien. What should I do here? Yeah, I figured Stellar Sphere would be a good one. And hello, Dominic. What do I do? Oh, it's not even first thing in the morning. I'm already tired. Hello, Rainio Santos. This is, I'm playing on Channel 4 in Alucard right now. Gosh, I mean, it's only got 7 points. I'm just gonna throw them in HP for the time being. I'm probably gonna want to respec this to put them into move speed once we lose the 100% move speed buff. Now for Envoy. Oh boy. A bunch of people were saying they think the Dark Stellar Sphere is going to be very much overshadowed by physical, but oh, it doesn't quite make it. What can I remove? I think we want that one quite a bit. Ah, geez, what can we remove? Addition to game path initiation status, skill damage. Hello, Kazuya. I'm still working that out, because what the most important thing about a game is going to be is its end game, and that's where I'm at right now. Reduce target's crit damage and increase self-crit damage. But we're going to get crit damage here too, so I think we're going to take away that to take this one. And the resets aren't super expensive, even though we're above level 40, so it's not too bad. But this is what I'm going to go with for now. What else do I have to mess around with before we can actually start running our way through dungeons? Oh, my weapon. Holy light, that doesn't seem that doesn't seem ideal. Do I have anything floating around in my inventory? Of course not. Hello, Camsy. I added it. I added it. You're not tripping. Hello, Resonant. If it's bothering you, I can remove it. As you can see, my inventory has become a bit of a debacle, as it usually does. Yeah, and we wouldn't be lucky enough to get a one. I just realized. Hello, Resonant. Yes, they do go all the way up. But you have to finish all the level 55 maps to get access to them, which kind of, it looks like, and that kind of goes against what they were saying about not needing to do the main quest. So, I'm not sure about that. Anyway, my weapon kind of sucks, but for the time being, we'll just start on the lower level ones then, I guess? Alright, we're just gonna head through some solo dungeons. I really don't think there's any purpose behind doing as low as Alabastron Temple. I don't know if the goats are a thing. I mean, if you guys want, we can chill here for 4 hours and just call that this whole stream. I haven't seen anybody calling out about world bosses in world chat or anything either, so I'm gonna guess right now, maybe not. But that is just a guess. Anyway, sorry, we were gonna head here. I need to get my hands on some better weapons. What level was this one? 45? So we're gonna try running a level 50 instance. Gonna be a bit awkward with my equipment as is. Oh, also, yesterday I managed to grind up a bunch of LP. So yes, I've got my guy. Yay! The stellar passive buff works. So you're talking about this guy over here? Shoot, I should actually have to place all my skills where I like them. Okay, so I like that one there. Yeah, looks like we've got enough damage. Yeah, I can show you how that works. Just a second, now that I'm thinking about it. I don't believe my things are in the right spot. Disaster Star Bomb is a debuff. Extra holy damage. I'm not going to play holy. That's my Star Patrol Vortex. Astronomical Pseudo-Cannon. And Cosmic Light Chaos. It's a damage dealt debuff. I don't know how much we're going to be using that, so we'll put that there. Gotta keep the fish in S1. I'm not even sure what you mean by that, Gamzee. Weapon Mastery. We're on the one that I like, right? I mean, we have to be because it's got the Cosmic Light Chaos, but it looks to me like we no longer have the triple vortex. Or maybe you need to unlock it at a higher level? Look at that AoE though. Beefy muscle. It's unfortunately though, it's just a matter of it's a matter of what you got used to. Alrighty, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hold this key to activate what my current listed buff is. And then it's just on until the cooldown's done. Or rather, it's on until the thingy vanishes. And yeah, it kind of looks like you don't need to actually release your etches to be able to apply the debuffs. It looks like it just applies the debuffs right away. Well, not on those. Minasu! Stop by again today, hello! Oh frick, the AoE on this thing. Honestly, I'm not going to be surprised if just a ton of people pick Stellar Sapphire because of its AoE. It's so much nicer than the AoE on the new class. That was the wrong key. Yeah, it kind of feels like people are using Wizard as the subclass just because it's got the most things that are helpful to your main class with the debuffs, right? As long as you're using the right element. These aren't going to be as helpful for Stellar Sphere because Stellar is obviously dark or light, and those are the two, or dark, light, or physical, sorry, and those are the ones that the Wizard skills aren't going to help with. But Daniel, if you activate your Elemental Burst, it is going to give you the defensive buffs as well, which is, in this game, that's... I'm not going to turn away defensive buffs. But for purely DPS reasons, you probably want to stick to using whatever skill corresponds with the element that you're trying to do your most damage in. Like when I was playing the cannon, I was kind of... Or sorry, the floating cannon, I was kind of sticking with ice. So using the ice one would be beneficial in that case. Yeah, it actually just straight up is applying as long as the thing is in the bar, eh? Kind of missing the triple vortex already though. Duelist. That should be holy or physical, but I haven't actually looked at the skills for Duelist in this game yet. Yeah, the skill effects for using these is all the same. It's all just debuffs for the target, right? Which is why you only need to focus on the element that you're actually using to deal damage, meaning that this is not, or Wizard is not the ideal subclass for Stellar Sphere, because none of these are going to actually help my damage output. But I'm gonna do it anyway. Yeah, it applied all four. Hello, Gonzalo. This is Aura Kingdom Impact. It's actually a new version of the game. Official server, of course. Oh, it's a new, put that in my archive over here. So I figured out how to use the armor archive. You have to actually tab over to it. Oh, Ferrix, I didn't even think about how long the cooldowns would be for floating cannons as a subclass. How long does it take? Oh boy, Roman, I'm using Hodgepodge. So that's the thing that I'm worried about, is that I need to be able to farm equipment, but in order to farm equipment, I need to be able to run dungeons. I've actually got, Daniel, I've actually got, not a lot of good ideas about how to make Eidolons work just yet, especially since I don't have access to a lot of the food for the Eidolons. So what you probably want to watch for right now is like Lan Cat. I hate to say it because it's the free one that everybody gets. It's he's got, hold on, let me send him out of here. Wrong button. Lan Cat has this buff here, 20% damage versus boss monsters, and flame attribute skill damage. So obviously flame attribute skill damage isn't going to do much for me on this class, but for Wizard and the floating cannons, that's going to be pretty good. And then the boss damage, or the crit damage versus boss for the whole party, that's pretty nice too. But generally, what people seem to be going for is healing Eidolons. So that's why I've got Merrily here, is for pocket healing. But obviously, personally, I'm #1 tier fan. If you couldn't tell, oh my gosh, you can't even see him with the icon there. Tier's my guy. So I'm using him. It's not meta, it's fun. Yes, Dark Donovan, 60 is the current cap. Now, I kind of wish it remained on the last instance that you were in. Right, so last night I stayed up late just finding ways to get LP. So here's my recommendation, is you can get a pretty decent amount of LP here. You can see that I've managed to get my dragon points up quite high. I've already farmed 25k. That was a lot of dungeons. A lot of dungeons. And then the other thing I did is once you hit level 60, over in Gaia Chronicle, you get pretty impressively large-sized Dragon Point crystals from here, and these ones do count towards your monthly accumulation. So that's how I got all those, and then I bought myself a tier, obviously, and I bought khaki dye for my costume. Because is it even me if I don't have it dyed khaki? I think next I also bought the glasses. Of course, I got the glasses, because how could I not have the glasses? The other thing I'm probably going to do is buy some black dye, because look how much sharper it is with the black. That's perfect. And you can even make this part black as well. I think that's just going to be perfect. Actually, I could probably afford black dye now, can't I? Traveler, costume, other... Ah, yeah, I can afford black dye. Obviously, we're going to use it. I'm just glad that I like the default costume. I know people are probably going to want to change out of it as quickly as possible, because when you use the default costume, it looks like you're not very, invested, I guess you could say. A lot of people look at it and think, oh, you're still using the default costume, but check that. That looks nice. Zero edition by DPS, but I look good. Yes, Beefy Muscle, the endgame is 100% Fashion Kingdom. Hello, Buzz! Unfortunately, they actually haven't unlocked any of the arenas, so right now if you were doing PvP, it would just be duels amongst players. The battlefield button up here is normally where they would have the icon for the PvP modes, but presently it's locked at a level above our level cap. You know what? The music was really, really quiet in my ears, so I turned it up a bit on my side, but now I see the balance is a little off, so... Poisoned. I also haven't figured out how to get Alina. Probably need to go do some of the Idolon instances. And no, Doug, this is solo mode. I don't know that I'd be able to solo level 50 dungeons in such a hodgepodge of gear. Maybe once I've got the, maybe once I've actually got the level 60 set done. I have 2 of the 3 bottom recipes. Hello, Zimerta! I think the reason why they decided to re-release it was because there was a lot of stuff that they wanted to change that they couldn't do if they tried to change it in the OG game, like removing the effects from people's Eidolons that they paid money for a long time ago, or removing nocturnal gear when everybody is, well, not everybody, a large portion of the player base is using it. I can see why doing that in the OG server wouldn't work, but in a more pragmatic sense, remaking a game that they have all the assets for is a lot less expensive than developing a new one from scratch. So, a lot of one and a little of the other, I think, is how to explain why they ended up doing what they did. And right now, I've seen a lot of people saying that they can't beat the party dungeons for the level 55, and it feels to me like the reason for that is because they need a lot more DPS, so it's gonna be a couple days before everybody gets proper sets done, I think. Roman, I've got, I think, 2 of the, oh gosh, I can't go to the guild hall, there is no guild hall. The closest location for a crafter. The turtle. I think what they're doing is they're not paying attention to the ground they're standing on with the little tornadoes that will do constant damage. Oh wow, my inventory's a mess. Let's see what I got. Armor. Alright, I've got part of the Revelation bottom, which is what I'd like to use. I'd like the Devourer top and the Revelation bottom. So I still need the waist part for Revelation and both of the Devourer top parts. I was a little bit worried about heading straight into the level 50 dungeons, but it seems we're fine. So I'm just gonna go ahead and hop on into the level 50 dungeons. Why not? As far as joining guilds, yeah, yes, beef, but I've decided to be in a quiet little guild by myself. So that I don't have other people worried about being on stream when they weren't expecting to be. Get rid of some of that. I probably don't need these. Siri, with the duplicate Idolon keys, you can upgrade their star levels. Now, in the previous game, you only needed one more key for each star level for the evolution here. But now I can see that you need 2. So you're going to be farming a lot more Idolon keys, it seems. Solo leveling midday. Sure, okay. Hello, Sunset. The cat ears, unfortunately, I think you're probably just gonna want to toss them. I'm thinking I'm gonna toss mine. They're a little bit cuter than the top hat, and I would have them on if it wasn't for that 2% stat bonus. But yeah. Gearing move at fresh 60. Right now, I'm thinking the way to go is going to be the Devourer top and the... I was saying Rev, is it Revelations? Yeah, Devourer top set, because it's got 15% damage bonus against bosses. And the Revelation top set is 15% crit damage against bosses, so I feel like the 15% damage, which is always going to apply, is going to be better than crit damage, where we don't have high enough crit rate to be able to get 100% crit right now. And then for bottom, you're going to want to go for the 30% crit damage against bosses on the Revelation set. Feel like that's where we want to go. You need to farm the recipes for them in the level 50 dungeons. Or sorry, 55 dungeons, so the top 3. Actually, do they drop in the ones below that? Recipes. Oh, hey, look, all the recipes are here too. How much does it cost? How much does... Oh, no, not the level 60 ones. Wait, those are level 60, but we don't have the... We don't have the level 60 armor. This is level 50. Yeah, you can get the trophies for level 60, but not the armor for level 60, it looks like. And remember to be careful with your dragon points, because I think you definitely want to spend some on the costume enchants for bonus damage to bosses and whatnot. Should I? I don't think I need move speed right now, but here we are over here. Boss defense, boss crit damage, an extra 25% boss damage on your body costume, and then 10% just boss damage on your hat. You want to make sure that you grab those two with your dragon points once you've got enough, and you've got a costume that you're going to use for a while. Yes, Jamerta, it's right after release, so we're if the game does well, hopefully a lot of people will stick around and maybe more will join in, but generally release is where you see like the highest population for a game, so maybe that sounds too pessimistic. Yep. Actually, I haven't looked through here very much. You can't do any fishing formula trading. Zahir weapons? That actually might be nice. For farming in the Abyss, because it gives you a damage against the target elements, right? These costumes cost 50,000 apiece, so they're pretty crazy priced, and they cannot even be archived properly, so watch out for those. Those are a trap. Yeah, same thing here. Anyway, distraction. Well, I think what I want to discover today is what the grind is going to be like, because when you can only do 2 of each dungeon a day... I mean, I guess there is a lot of dungeons. Anyway, we're going to try and get our hands on some better equipment here. Oh, that's where the gems drop. Someone was asking earlier about the gems. We're going to start with Ozymandias Temple because I think... come back over here for a second. I think this group set, it's not really a proper set, it doesn't have a bonus, but this sort of set here with the, oh no, is it this one? Helicar? No, St. Hale, Malodnak? Was it Helicar that I was looking at? I think it might have been, hold on. Or maybe I just decided I was going to do that one because I already had one part of it. Anyway, the gold level 50 accessories aren't too troublesome to craft now because the mobs inside these dungeons drop the gold items. And for some reason, I thought I would want to do the Ozymandias Temple set, but I don't remember why now. Anyway, I kind of got distracted by chat here. V's, I grabbed Tyr because he's my best boy. He's my best boy. I love him. Literally, I just spent the entire day yesterday resisting purchasing anything in LP because that was my first purchase. I knew it was going to be Tyr. The level 60 gold weapon that you got on a chest, is it worth it to craft or enhance it? I don't know that I've even checked the level 60 ones. This one? Oh, that's level 50. Oh, you can just get that with dragon points. I wonder if I should do that for Stellar Sphere here and use that for my dungeon crawl right now. You know what? I'm gonna do it. It's only 1,000 dragon points. I can afford that. Another holy light. Oh well. But yeah, these gold items that are dropping. Well, sorry, Desta, I completely missed your message there. Unfortunately, no. Once you put a card on a costume, you cannot. Hello, Dawn Beast. I'm glad that you've got an excellent opinion there. Tyr is actually lightning-based here, right? He's not going to be a physical Eidolon, so they've adjusted Tyr's stars to be all lightning skill damage. So, this guy is going to be a decent option for an early game lightning Eidolon. I noticed that Kusanagi had lightning stars as well, so I don't know how we're going to be able to farm them separately. Where's his actual skills? But as you can see, he doesn't really have the same sort of physical buffs that he had before. We don't have any tweaking of the skills like we have in the other server, so he's not going to be premium Eidolon in any sense long term. And I'm not even playing a lightning class. But he's my boy. If you couldn't tell from the 3 stars that I put on my desk. See, unfortunately for me, I have the mentality of someone who's playing just for fun, and the wallet of someone who's not able to spend any money. So, I'm going to unfortunately choose to have fun, even at the expense of being able to play the game efficiently. Because what's the point of having, or playing a game efficiently if you're not having fun, you know? The best dark one, I think... Yeah, we have dark skill damage on Alucard, who you get free, of course, so obviously that's a good recommendation for early game. The problem is that to fill in these stars, it's gonna take you a while. Like, obviously I've been feeding Tyr, and I've still got a ways to go. Alright, I'm gonna leave this on the healing one. Just pop it in there. Whoop. I'm doing a terrible job jump casting as well, and you're barely even seeing how it's supposed to work. Oh no, Ferrix. You can just vibe before each boss. Just take a moment to chill at each boss. No, you're right. I noticed even on the main class that I found that I was only able to use it about one time per dungeon, which is not ideal. It's a really long cooldown. Like, how much is it on a sub? Is it like 4 minutes? Because I swear it was over 200 seconds on main. Oh, unless you mean the other skills. I think I might be thinking about the path skills here. Wait, the cooldown on changing your subclass is like 10 seconds. I can switch over and see what happens. Oh, but if I do that, all my skills will get messed up. Now, what they really need is your skill bar not... Or your skill bar, like, remembering where you put your things. Although I don't know how that would work if you change things every time you change your class. Now that I think about it, does Tyr have more damage than me still? 82,000? Well, I'm chilling at 23. Yeah. Alright, Tyr, you take the lead. Oh, my inventory. Oh, no. Okay, so we got a +1 drop charm as one of the presents, and I decided to use it, even though you might think that's a very silly thing to do this early in the game. It is only a 1 drop charm, so it's not like it's the fanciest item. I don't think there's a reason to hoard it. But my inventory cannot handle this. Oh, no. I'm probably going to regret putting crafting materials in there because I'm just going to get more, but those are probably fine. Oh no. You can go in there. You're probably not going to need that or that. Secret stones. Alright, that'll do. So anyway, this morning I went into the, what do you call it? I went into the Temple of Eidolons with all those dudes that you get from doing the main quest, which is why my inventory is now completely overrun with fragments. And reason why I've got basically no gold left is because I spent it all on getting more Eidolons. Because it's 5G, or yeah, just 5G to use them. Yeah, I'm gonna... It doesn't seem like it's too hard to build up those other Eidolons, so I'm probably gonna sell off the frags for those while I'm not 2-starring everybody. Oh shoot, that reminds me, I literally didn't infuse anything on my skills. Alright, so there I was just swapping buff to the Apocalypse. And then I hold the skill button to activate it. Devourer boots. I mean, it's better than what I'm currently wearing, so it doesn't matter that it's not a full set anyway. But this one's got my secret stone from the other class. Oh shoot, that's gonna be annoying too when you're switching classes, is the secret stones. Oh well. Worry about it later. But we didn't get any recipes. Need to grind out 57 to 60. See, that's the thing, is that normally my vibe would be just kind of sit back and run dungeons all day. That's what I enjoy doing, but unfortunately you can't do that. You're limited. Speaking of limited, these level 20 potions aren't doing anything for me. That's probably not worth keeping. These two I'll keep, but... It's cuter than the top hat, but it doesn't do anything. Goodbye. So in the OG Aura Kingdom, the different instances would reset on different timers. So the regular party and hell modes would reset every 2 hours. So you'd gain another entrance to hell and party every 2 hours, meaning that if there's 2 dungeons at your level, every 2 hours you've got 4 that you can run. But this game, you've got 2 runs period for the day. I'm sorry, Sunset, I know that probably hurt to look at, but they didn't have stats on them, they can't go in your warehouses, and I'm using ones that have a little bit of stats. Well, not this one, but that's cute. Hello, player next. The new servers, they've definitely smoothed out a bunch of the corners that I thought were a little bit hard to swallow on the other server, especially like for newer players. And obviously because it's brand new, everybody's starting from 0, and I mean, you can experience us all figuring out how to play at the same time. So if that's your vibe and you like the art style, the combat is lively and active in my opinion, and I really like it. We were at Ozyman Temple. Yeah, so we're gonna do that one more time. But this is probably what the end game is gonna be right now, is figuring out... Oh, hello, the beach! Is that true? The Fortification dungeons have a weird reset cycle, eh? Maybe we better do that next and check it out. Honestly, I did the Fortification dungeons the last thing before I went to bed last night. So if they did reset at an odd time, we'll find out today. Do you have an idea? Hello, Dario. Unfortunately, the official PvP modes are locked at level 65, which is above our current cap. So there is no, like, official PvP, but I did duel someone that was, like, 40 levels higher than me yesterday, and they absolutely decimated me, so that's my PvP mode experience. V's, my rotation right now is press button. Sorry, I'm not really thinking about rotations, to be honest. I'm just looking at the cooldowns and hitting what I have, because I don't think any of the buffs are super significant. I wonder if that's intentional, or an oversight. But yeah, we'll run the Fortification dungeons next. And then we'll check them before the end of the stream to see if anything changed. Oh shoot, I forgot. Cutscene. Oh, player next. This is actually a brand new server that just opened up. I'm gonna say yesterday because it was like 11 p.m. the day before yesterday, so it was only open for an hour on July 1st in my time zone. So yeah, basically this server's only been around for an hour. Or an hour. It's only been around for, what? Slightly over 2 days. Actually, slightly less than 2 days? Slightly less than 2 days. I'm great at math in my head. So if you're looking to try the game and you wanted to, but you were worried about the fact that it was around for a long time, don't even worry about it. This one is brand new. There's actually only 2 servers as well. The Asian region server, which is a different time zone, but I think physically located in the same place. And then I'm on the Alucard server, which is the English in Europe server. So if you were thinking about trying it and you like the aesthetic and the way the combat looks, now's a great time to try it out. And again, I don't want to sound like super negative or anything, but generally when these games like this first come out, MMOs, is when they see the largest spike in population. See, if I was smarter, I'd be able to calculate the actual number of hours in my head for how long the servers have been open, but I am not. Caroline's intent. No formulas, hey, like for the armor? Yes, Dario, level 60 is the current cap, so I'm not getting any more experience at all. Well, not level experience. What I am getting is mastery experience, which I should be allocating points for, but I've been forgetting to. Myriad, hello? I don't believe there is an option for that right now. Like, I haven't seen any items for it. 37 hours and 23 minutes. Thank you very much, Sunset! You're the hero we needed right now. You know what? You're so right. I do need another cup of coffee. Hold on. Coffee. I need a better way to add another cup of coffee, too. There. Alright, then I said we were going to run one of the fortification instances to see whether or not there's any secrets to their reset. I mean, since I was beating the higher level ones, I may as well just start from the top, eh? Now, the thing about these instances is it's literally identical, but there's no mobs. You know what? I think I'm liking having more HP, so we're just going to stick with that here. I'm not going to think too much about it. Oh, Droggy, I tossed out the default hat and wings that you got playing as you played the main quest. I tossed them out, so that's why they said rip cosmetics. But unfortunately, they just were in my way. And just Zenzo, hello. If you're looking for the daily gathering, what you want to do is come over here to your achievements tab in the journal and scroll down until you find the daily gathering category. I already did one this morning, so your list might look a little different than mine, but all you gotta do is just gather 3 of the item it says, and then you'll get one in the, and then you'll get it in the mail. Dario, they've adjusted the archive, so it's only flat stats now. Hold on a second here. Idolon Residence, Idolon Archive. It's only flat stats. So whereas in the other game you had to build up a ridiculous archive to be able to get 100 extra boss damage, you don't have that option anymore. It's just flat stats. Look at all these quests. It's just so satisfying to hit them all at once. And I mean, I kind of was switching to this one, the Apocalypse, just because in the other game, that was the one that I liked to use for DPS. Is that the best one? Penetration we don't need yet. Like, literally there's nothing that'll require pen at this moment. When they said that they were going to revise the way that the stats were done, so that, like, the way that I read their pre-release notes was that they didn't like that the game had become nuke or be nuked, And I believe, based on the way that the combat is going right now, I don't feel heavily in danger while I'm able to keep dodging, and I like the way that you can tell how long it is until the path or the red carpet skills are going to go off, because they added that little line going through it. Makes it a little bit easier to kite properly and whatnot. But the thing I find satisfying is the combat, and I really like the combat of both versions. Sometimes it is fun to just do everything. The classes, sorry, Tefo, you can change your class at any time using this little reset button here. You have to get to level 30 to activate it. But once you're here, you've got a tab for your main weapon and your sub weapon, and there's a 10-second cooldown. I would show you right now, but then it'll mess up my skill bar. Player next. I've been playing Aura Kingdom, the old version, since it came out, and I believe that was early 2014. And MLA, I believe there is. That should be... Do we have actually, I guess a better place to look would be here, where you not a shadow. This guy. His name is Kaiser Zeta, and when you use the in the previous server, when you used his combo skill, you'd fuse with the robot, and you'd be able to fight as him. I suspect it would be the same in this game, but I don't have him. And I don't know where you'd get him. Do we have an Idolon listing here? Oh yeah. Oh, interesting. Sorry, I know what I'm looking at here, but it's hard to explain the fact that you're trading a tradable key fragment for a non-tradable one. Whoops, dying. Siri, unfortunately, not really. But if you still have your weapon cards or grocery store cards that you got from doing the main quest, you can open those up to be able to access the repair function that's in the like just on regular store interfaces. When I looked at the LP store before, I think they cost like a frick ton for like a whole stack of store cards. But I don't remember where they were. Yeah, unfortunately, they've only got like a stack of grocery cards for 1,000 LP, so that'll get you 50 times accessing it from inside a dungeon, but that feels like a little bit more LP than you might want to use right now. Yeah, a bunch of people were talking about using the advanced Gaia like armor. The inside obviously isn't showing it properly because you get everything, right? Like, it's 100% for every reward. But I think the problem with these sets is that it's just experience bonus. So that might be why some people are struggling at endgame right now. Their stats look pretty because they've got the advanced aura set, but that's really only good for experience. I don't think it's very good for actual combat. Hey, Ren is handling the tanking for me. Nice. And I've been completely neglecting my subclass here. I'm sorry. I don't think that this subclass is good for this class. Like, I don't think Wizard is a great subclass for Stellar Sphere, but I'm not sure what else to do. So. Anyway, we got ourselves... Oh, it still gave us one of the Smith boxes. I mean, that's probably better than the Argus Heartstone. Well, not bad. And yeah, it's probably better. And we're gonna do it one more time. I don't even know where to tell where the reset time is. On the other game, you'd be able to mouse over it and it would just say. Ronin for mobility, huh? Maybe. Maybe you're right about that. I don't know about goofing around with it right this second, because I've already got a debacle of gear that I'm working on, but I'm gonna keep that in my back mind and I'm gonna test it out later. I feel like a lot of the changes they've made to the game are positive in terms of actually creating a little bit better. You know what I still haven't done? I still haven't added anything to my weapon, or my Idolon infusion. Come on. Where's it going? Throw it? Grim. But I'm a little bit concerned about the end game, because right now there's so... I'm just worried about what's available. 3% speed? I don't know what I'm doing here, so don't take this as advice either. I'm just throwing on things that look nice. Is that Nebula? Vortex? I want the HP one on that. And I believe Chiu's is still broken, so I'm not going to use it. You can see it if you stand in the dungeon version. Okay, so if you have to go to the actual entrance of the dungeon, but then it doesn't list the it doesn't list all the variants of the dungeon either. Sorry, I got completely cut off there. My thought process right now is that this doesn't feel all that different from playing on my fresh account, because I made a brand new account for Aura Kingdom in order to test it out, just to see how the new player experience was. Sorry, I'm a little bit distracted because I'm focusing. Oh yeah, so to test out the new player experience, I created a fresh account on the old Aura Kingdom server, and the combat feels like that, but I also feel like I'm not as squishy. What seems to be healing me so much? I'm pretty sure that what you're seeing is the Stellar Sphere release thing. This one? Except that I wasn't using it that time. This is the only healing skill that I've really got here, right? That doesn't... Nothing should have any lifesteal on this class. Yeah, this should be the only one. Either that, or you're seeing an HP bonus vanish, and then my percent goes up. Like my, when my max HP goes down, it then looks like I'm healing because it doesn't reduce my current HP accordingly. According to some guy at Discord, enhanced dungeons reset every hour? Well then I guess we should check back at 3 o'clock. Oh, you know what? You're right. The potions are healing me right now. Okay, because I should probably put some more potions in there. Potions are definitely doing hard work, and then we've got this that does a lot of healing. And then my other healer, of course, is my little Merrily. Yeah, well, my gear sucks. I probably want HP more. Oh my gosh, they borked the way that emojis work. The NPCs are using emojis. Oh, this morning I was trying to send somebody a message using... I'll pull this up here. Using this emoji. Oh, wrong button, wrong button. Oh, of course, now it works. Earlier today, when I was trying to whisper somebody, it didn't work. And it ended up sending them a different face emote thing that was completely not the right reaction. Honestly, I forgot that I had potions on here. Is that even the right potion? No, it's not even the highest level potion I've got. Potions really are pocket barred. Alright, let's get out of here before those things kill me. Oh shoot, I just realized, do I have unyieldingness? I do, I have unyieldingness on too. So there's a mastery over here where once every 30 seconds you can get 1% HP healed. So that's another passive healing effect that I'm using. Hello! Unfortunately, I cannot read your name. Which Ice Idolon is good right now? I don't know. Do I even have any Ice Idolons? No, not even one. Nazrudin is going to be defensive. He's HP. Cleopatra. Cleopatra's got Ice Stars, but I can't look at the skills yet. Defensive. But Nazrudin's only got reduces taken ice damage, so that's not really gonna be an offensive Eidolon, right? DX play, yes, the level cap is 60, so I've already hit it in less than 2 days of server being open. Speaking of Nazrudin. Oh, hey, look at that. It's my first captcha of the day. 8, 3, 2, 5. That's not a 2. I don't see anything indicating how much time is on the reset, but let's go fight Nazrudin since we brought up Ice Eidolons, shall we? I don't know how this is gonna go. This might be really suffering, and also this dungeon is one where if you die, you gain, or at least in the previous server, if you die, you gain a debuff that basically makes it so that it becomes harder and harder to keep continuing. And yes, the walls are attacking me as well. Yikes, that's a lot of damage. You know, I was playing Ice Floating Cannon too, and I don't know if it's just an aesthetic thing or what, but holy moly, I'm not gonna make it through this. I don't think I'm even gonna beat one Nazrudin at this rate. Alright, Dear, you handle him while I wait for my health to come back up. Well, this would actually be a great choice here to use this. Or not, if they're gonna one-shot me. Alright. There's no debuff. So, in the other, I think I saw something pop there for a second, but I didn't get a stat debuff, so if we just take them out one at a time, I may not even be able to do that. I may not be able to even do that. Alright. Activate healing. Yeah, no, they can hit me from a range, and I'm not doing a very good job of actually outputting damage here. This is definitely, a get good moment. Hold on. No, that wasn't what I wanted to do. You really need to just lock in and take them out one by one. I'm so used to being able to use that. They're healing! Oh, it's not me, they're healing! Oh, wait, no. Well, next, I do prefer to try to play alone, especially when I'm on a live stream, because I don't feel like it's very fair to the other players to broadcast them without permission. That doesn't seem nice to me. So you will see me primarily play alone, but I might try to sneak into some party dungeons later. Right, we got this. One left. If I can beat the first Nazrudin, I'm very happy. These guys are a little annoying because they've got ranged attacks, and I can't dodge them. Hit you with the... Stay still. Nope, didn't get any of them. Alright. Yeah. The experiences you don't get in OG or a Kingdom, eh? That was really pathetic. Maybe we do. Gain 1 entry. Oh, but these are only for party dungeons, right? The other ones are, what do you call it? These ones are all party dungeons. The other instances are all solo, so you don't see them in the matchmaking. Alright, bud, you're the one going down. Come on! Alright, I got one down. Yes, V's, that is the plan. I should be running dungeons to get gear. Instead, I'm sitting here and suffering with Nazrudin, when I really should have saved this instance for once I had my level 60 gear. Farming gold, Powell, you're gonna have to just run the gear dungeons and sell off the goodies you get there that you don't need. That's what I'm seeing so far. Oh shoot, I got a little cocky because I took one of them down. It's okay, I got this. I believe we can at least see Nazrudin's face. Oh, only one left. And I'm doing really bad at jump casting too, like, holy moly. I've got dots on too, and my accuracy is down! Merrily help. You definitely need a party to run the party dungeons right now in this game. Whether that's going to change in the future, I don't know, obviously. I don't have any secret intel, but... Oh shoot, these guys don't move. And I moved to the wrong one. I don't know if we can see Nazrudin. I'll give it one more shot and then we'll move on, because I'm getting a little bit. Oh, there's so much other stuff that I'd like to do. I should get some food too, now that I think about it. I haven't done any food crafting. Oh, if I push these guys too far, will they reset? Oh boy, those carpets are getting a little janky. Hello Chikasuki, I did not quit canon. I decided that I need to try all of the classes. Oh, that was not a happy hit. Alright, well we got to see Nazrudin's face. That is technically what I said would make me happy, so I am happy. But yikes, that's a lot of damage. Yeah, no, he's hitting me way too hard. Not happening. Alright guys, we're moving on. DPS tanks and healers. There's not really a great healing class. That's the problem that we're running into right now, is that they've limited the ways that you can heal. So right now we're kind of relying on Wizard and Stellar Saphira are the only two that natively have like actual party-wide heals. And as for tanks, I think I'd have to actually try all of the classes to see what options we have, I guess I should say. because I feel like maybe you're just going to want to throw on a set of Titan armor and just call it a day on whatever class you're on if you want to be a tank. I feel like that might be the way that it is. Saphir's Heal is this node on your little moon icon thing here. Once all the outside stars are filled up, you just hold the skill button to activate it, and it's got 11% off the top, and then 1% max HP per second. And it says, what does it say here? It says 2 seconds, but it's not. It's, what was that? A little over 25 seconds? Next time it's ready, I'll actually look at it. Whoa, mouse. It's the... it's this ridiculous skill that most people will look at and just, like, eyes glaze over, because for some reason they decided to put the description of every stellar liberation in there. It sucks. So, the way it works is if you tap the skill, your character will choose a card, and it's just the next one in the line. And if you look carefully, you'll actually see that it is actually showing the card of the stellar liberation. So this one here with the little praying icon, it's Moonlight Maiden Serena. Oh, I can activate this now, actually, once it starts charging. Oh, shoot, it wasn't a full one, so I didn't get the full timer. But once you activate that, it does the buff that's here. So yeah, tap will switch the card that you've got active. And then hold will use that skill. I can't hold because I don't have any of the charge up right now. The other thing you can do is that if there's... Not only can you change the order, Ziri, you're right, you can also right-click the ones that you don't even want to cycle through. So this defense increase one, let's say your defense is fine, mine is not, but you can just right-click it and it's gone. On attack, increase damage by 125. Yeah, that's fine. This one here is reduces enemy accuracy and move speed. I don't think that's very helpful for PvP, or sorry, PvE. Increases crit damage. That's the one I normally use for DPS. And this one increases pen by 1%. So pen is actually useless right now as far as I know. I haven't seen a single enemy that's got a pen shield, because we don't even have armor that supports pen. So now, when I tap Q, it'll only cycle these 3. And then you can hold and the little charge bar appears, and voila, active. That was 30 seconds on a full circle of stars. Honestly, though, I get why when you look at that, you just don't understand the skill. There is way too much information there. Moonshard, I'm sorry I missed your message. When to start refining your armor? Honestly, when you feel like you need to. So probably around endgame. I didn't have too much difficulty getting through the majority of the game with just my Harvey weapon on the cannon. That being said, I did manage to start up my Harvey weapon before they closed the Harvey shop. So I'll come over here. You can see here I got 5 stars on my Harvey cannon. Unfortunately, and this is where I guess maybe I should apologize to everyone, I found a bug with Harvey's shop and I reported it and they immediately closed it down. So you can't start up your Harvey weapons now, I'm sorry. And you can't buy them for alternate classes, and it's all my fault. I mean, it's not my fault. Somebody else would have found it and they would have done the same thing, but I reported it, so it got shut down last night. Right. Gotta farm armors. How's my inventory? My inventory's a mess. Fish, fish, fish. I'm sorry. I didn't think they would close it down right away. Oh, hello, Myriad. The way that you get your armor or weapon fight with stars is you come to one of the refining NPCs, like that does the crafting. Not this guy. I guess this guy specifically does not have starring, but we can stop by Navia to show you. Divya, slightly over. I got to level 57 yesterday, I think. And then this morning I just kind of powered through the rest of the main quest to get to level 60. Anyway, we had a question about starring armor and weapons. So what you're going to do is you're going to come to Navia, to Annalisa, and you're going to choose the second option here. And when you slot in a weapon, if you have an exact same one of the same weapon, you can slot it in below and then activate the star level. And you can see how much damage I'll gain if I were able to star level it. Obviously, I don't have dupes of that. But the Harvey weapon is sold for 10 silver at the store with Kular over here. And assuming the bug has not been fixed... Yeah, his store is closed. You can't get it. So, I'm sorry. I ruined it for everybody. The truth is, I don't know if anybody was in the Discord last night, but when I reported the bug, I took the pup out for a walk, and then I came back, and I opened up the store, and it was not working anymore, and I'm like, oh no, did they just block me? So then I asked in the Discord, and nobody else seemed to have even tried to use the store for a while. But yeah, for a little while I was worried maybe they specifically blocked just me. That is correct, Myriad. So that's why the Harvey weapon works so well, is because you can get... geez, how many do you need total? Like 34? 32 or something? Honestly, I feel like it would be helpful to have more another alt Myriad. Oh, Fabio, I saw your message, although I see you've retracted it, so I'm gonna answer. The reason why I don't have a full DPS set is because I haven't got one yet. I'm working on it. But I keep getting distracted. I'm just gonna kind of sell off a little bit of this stuff. Oh, okay, if it's got a secret stone in it, at least it'll stop you from doing that. We could probably activate those recipes. No, Harvey's is not for Subnocturnal. It's just that you can get, by starting it, normally you can get a pretty decent amount of damage for a very efficient price. Like, it's extremely cheap. I'm talking 10 silver. I could probably fully star every class's weapon Harvey with just my 26 remaining gold. So it's really just for being an economical option for I guess in this game it'll be late game. So I'm sorry I broke it. I'm sorry I took that away from everybody. It's my fault. You get one free from the main quest, right? Hello Divya. Yes, it is the cap level is 60 right now in this version. Alright, I'm gonna keep those level 60 boxes, and we're going back to the grind for... Arbor. Hello Helder, yes it is the same engine. Subclass recommendation for floating cannon. I strongly recommend, Wizard then. Wizard, because you can use these skills to debuff the enemies so that they take more damage from the element that you're playing as. So if you're playing as a fire floating cannon, you can use this to add in... Sorry, you probably didn't see it there, but it adds a debuff. Equipment DP stone's better than the one you get from the NPC weapon stone? I'd have to go look for the secret stones. Basically what I noticed was that the secret stones no longer have substats on them, so you don't need to like go and no life at the NPC until you get the substats that you really like. Oh, well, Divya, if it is hella pay to win, then I guess I'm gonna have a bad time because I'm not paying anything. That being said, even the people that were using the set of armor that you can get in the cash shop, which is available for in-game money as well. Let me go over here to the LP store. Is it gear improvement? Oh, it was gear other. This advanced Gaia legacy box, and just for reference, I definitely got more than that in my first day for LP because I spent more than that on my tier key. People that are using this are not doing damage. Or at least they're not able to do damage because they don't have, or they're not able to do as much damage as I think you'd be able to do with a proper level 50 crafted set that's only in-game. As for what you do after level 60, that's what I'm finding out. Right now I'm on the gear grind. And then there's fishing, probably, that I'm going to want to take care of. Although they did say there was going to be Fish Kings, and I have not seen any notifications about Fish Kings. Hey, where's Tyr? Hey, did his HP heal when he was not summoned? Because I'm pretty sure he died in that last instance. Oh, it reset my active orbs. I think when you enter Navi, it resets your active orbs. Come on, where's the formulas? Oh, sorry, Chris Anthony, I just saw that you asked about my graphics settings. I can pull it up. The only thing I've changed from the default high setting is that I've turned off bottle border. I can turn it on for a second so you can see. I mean, I guess that's the way they intend. Oh shoot, that adjusted my UI size again. I guess this is how they intended for the game to look, but for some reason I just do not vibe with model borders. No, I'm not liking that. And I accidentally borked my release twice. You know what, Tyr, how about you finish this fight? Thanks, Tyr. Dominic, unfortunately, you're not going to be able to transfer your account. And as for a good sub-recommendation for Starcaller, I think you probably want to go for a Wizard. That way you can use the Instant Thunder skill to debuff. I actually don't have any pets. Although I should try and get some pets, huh? Oh, right, I gotta fix my UI again. Alright, we're gonna turn off the model border because it's not my vibe. Where's my UI size? There we go. And if you're messing with your UI size, hit apply and then X, because if you hit OK, it will reset it again. Boy, a couple people here. Where can you use your dragon points? Dragon points is in the encyclopedia up here. If you have specific items you're looking for, go for them. But otherwise, I would recommend coming over here to Costume Enchant, and then we scroll all the way down to the bottom-ish, and you want to look at boss crit damage for your costume buffer body, and boss regular damage for your hat costume. Oh, we got a friend. Yes, I have Land Cat, but I threw him in my, I threw him in here because he didn't have a stat on him and I spent all my LP on silly things. Should I spend my LP on a pet refinement water? I can't even afford it. It'll take me a while to get that. So in the meantime, Land Cat does nothing for me, but actually, that's a good point. Probably won't finish while we're in here, but my points have reset, so... Can we get pets from here? We totally can get pets, but they're only orange tier. And I actually haven't seen housing yet. Well, V's, that gets you one Idolon if you got your eyes on a specific one, but like I said, I've been spending my LP on silly things like dyeing my default costume, tier, and glasses, because I'm a big glasses person. Anyway, there are pets from here, but they're not gold quality, so we may as well run one while we're fighting the boss, eh? Alucard, so just watch out, because they need 2 keys. They need 2 keys to be able to level up, so you're not going to be enough for 2-star. Klepto-Bismol, hello! Yes, that's probably something that should be reported. Maybe not worth for now. Like I said, I've been spending my LP on silly things. I'm not 100% certain on what the best thing, like, DPS-wise will be. So if you're like me and doing 0 caching, it might be worth the Gaia armor set. But like I said, I think that's not going to be as good as the in-game stuff because it's it doesn't have any bonuses for damage. What else? Honestly, what else is in here? Apparently the pet reshuffling potions are totally worth it, but I don't know what your chances are to actually get something good. If you're all about Fashion Kingdom, you could always get a costume. That's probably terrible advice. Don't take that advice. Kenshin. It's pretty standard for an MMO where you've got WASD for your walking around, but I believe by default the numpad will also walk around for you. If that would work better for using like your left hand for skills and then your right hand for walking around, that's also an option. Does the level 55 dungeon not drop level 60 orange gear chest? It should. Did I not get one there? Yeah, no, I got one. Revelation hat. That's the one that I didn't want to use though. Still better than what I got equipped. Got a real collection of hats happening. I'm just so distracted that I'm taking forever to do my instances, eh? Once more! If I'm lucky, by the end of this round, I'll have end of this run, I'll have at least one full set, even if it's not the full set that I wanted. Crafted gears or drop in the stage? Honestly, the crafting isn't that expensive. It's just getting your hands on the recipes. So for the level 60 ones, it's not available in the Dragon Point book, meaning that you're going to have to get the recipes if you want to make them because the crafted ones are non-tradable. Oh, that's right, it's past 3 o'clock. We should check after I finish this, because I can't hit the button just yet. It might be 2 hours, though, Beefy Muscle, so we'll try again after 4 o'clock if nothing else is set. Yes, the Great Jedi, I heard that too, so I just straight up did not infuse Chiyo on anything. I got Grim here. Head over to my skills. Weapon Mastery, Idolon and Infusion. Yeah, I just didn't put Chiyo on anything because I heard about that too. I don't want to have to be careful about my mouse. Whoop. V's, if you give me a moment here, the Chiyo skill infusion would be come over here. Idolon infusion. You can slot Idolons onto your skills. And put Chiyo in. Or at least you should be able to put Chiyo in. Oh, yeah, there we go. But if you do this, and then I use that skill. Oh gosh, am I actually going to do this? Very careful. You see how that little Chiyo icon appeared next to Grim in my top bar? Apparently, mousing over that will cause your game to crash. I don't want that to happen. So, I'm going to Get her out of there. Oh, what's bugged about Wrathborn? I wasn't having any issues with Wrathborn, or do you mean the party mode? Yeah, grim. Is it the fact that it's there? I know it's there. And now I just have to stare at it and think, don't put the mouse in that general area. I guess the other thing about Wizard Sub is that you get one of the, you get a stun. Because I don't think Stellar has a stun. Do you actually use their unique skill that you can cast if you get their buff? If I remember to. It's kind of hard to remember when it's all the way up here, because, what's this, Alt F1? Yeah, I think the skill button to use this with your keyboard is Alt F1, but I don't use a standard keyboard. So I actually presently don't have a way to press Alt and F1 at the same time. I'd have to reset my layers. If anyone that's been around for quite a while remembers a couple months back, I just spent every single day complaining that it looked like I didn't know what I was doing because I was, Alt F4 actually doesn't work in Aura Kingdom, so don't worry about that. I actually have a button on my mouse bound to Alt F4, so I'm very happy that that does not work in Aura Kingdom. But yeah, anyone that has seen any of my old streams will remember the days where I just spent every single minute complaining that I was not used to my new keyboard. And even now my typing is a little bit meh, but my wrists are very happy. You know, I think we're not dying so much. We can switch over to our DPS buff. I'm gonna save these monster books for my ult, because I do actually have a second character. So sorry to the person who had it in the old server if you needed it, but really, I got the top part that I wanted for the bottom set, and I got the bottom part that I wanted for the top set. Fun. I'm gonna have the exact opposite of what I should have for my gear if I rely on these free drops. J Pimenta, I think you might need to run them a bit to be able to get to level 60. There was a bit of grinding that I had to do, like a very, very minuscule bit. But more importantly, I think you're going to find that you need better armor. So you're probably going to want to run some solo dungeons, at the very least. Anyway, I'm going back in to Fortification Instance, Ozyman Temple. No, I ran this twice. It reset. We got one. We got an entry back. Alright, well then we're going to test again to see whether it resets again at 4 o'clock. I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to also do one Ghost Weep, and so we'll know for a fact that we're getting one back every hour if Ghost Weep goes to 0 and whatchamacallit goes to 1. Or Ozyman Temple goes to 1. Sorry, Daniel, I think you asked that earlier and I missed it. Right now, I think I saw the virtual, like the items in here. Somewhere. In the LP store. Maybe I've lost my mind. Megaphone. Oh, megaphones. That's where we find megaphones. Other enhancements. No refinement. No backpacks. These are literally not backpacks. I feel like it wouldn't be in here. Oh, pets. Maybe I should buy one of these. Is there a tier pet? Oh, there's not. I might nab one of these, though. Idolon wishing coins. That's surprisingly cheap, considering how much they cost on the other server. Well, thanks for stopping by, Great Jedi. These are full Idolon keys. Costumes. Kind to think of it, I haven't unlocked my house yet, and they are selling furniture. That's kind of interesting. Oh, here you go, here you go, here you go. Sorry, this is what you're going to put in that virtual treasure slot. It's under weekly offers. You can get 10 per week, but I don't think the cost of crafting is high enough to be worth spending 950 for a 50% cost reduction. Stefano, hello. Unfortunately, in order to trade in the game, you either need to reach level 60, or you need to play for 28 days, or you need to buy the cash shop item. That's one of the methods that they're trying to use to prevent bots from being able to sell gold. So over here, a trade permit. It costs about $1 US, I think. That's what the conversion is. I think that's about $1. Or you can level up to 60, which I was able to do in slightly over 1 day. I'd prefer if the gear dungeons are set to Espartaco. But it feels like they were I don't know. Might be hard to find parties later in the afternoon depending on your time zone. I'm worried because I'm on the West Coast that if everybody runs their dungeons like East Coast evening time, because it feels like more people are on the East Coast, then there'll be very few people left to run dungeons when I get home from work once I have a job again. Really no-lifing my 1 week of being unemployed here. And again, I'm kind of vibing with having more HP, so I'm just gonna take more HP. Sorry, Sunset, I missed your message there. Pets can have stats on them, so someone pointed out that some of the pet bonuses that you can get from reshuffling your pet stats are actually quite impressive, and the only pet I have is the Landland cat, which is, it's fine, but it's not my favorite. And I've been wasting my LP all on just things that I like. And hello, Daniel! As you can see, I'm using Tyr even though he's not very good for this class. He's my guy. I love him. Maybe I should have saved that for the final boss, but whatever. Gosh, I was gonna try and play, like, seriously play every class for 1 day. But I don't know what the melee classes are going to be like when I can't dodge the way that I'm used to. Sunset, yes, you can add the stats to Landland Cat. Someone told me that they were able to shuffle their Landland Cat to add stats to it. But I just threw him into my archive and forgot about him. Which accessory? Okay, so I was actually debating accessories myself. Wait, why is this cutscenes? Yeah, here we go. So if we come over here into the... Not that one, this one. These three don't have a proper set bonus. So I was thinking you could either pick the set that's got all the speed on it, because I think speed seems to be particularly challenging to build up in the server for some reason. Or you can pick the one that's got 8% crit damage from each set, because each part has a different stat on it. Or you can just go for 3 of the same set. But either way, I think it's going to be kind of a mix of these level 55 craftable ones. Something along the lines of that. But I'll need to run the gear dungeons to be able to actually craft them, because you need those gold materials that drop. From the mobs! And personally, I don't want to farm the gold materials from the field mobs, because... as far as I know V's, the only place where you can get them in-game is going to be the LP store, and correct me if I'm wrong on that, because I haven't seen any, like, secret other locations for it. we allowed to exchange the gold dragon points? Oh, we totally can, but there's literally no reason to do so. Man, I'd be going a lot faster if I wasn't getting so distracted. I'm sorry. It's calls for another cup of coffee. And I actually literally just finished my actual cup of coffee. And someday I'll add a second graphic to use for coffee, but that day is not today. There. Alright, so what we said we were going to do is we're going to run one more fortification instance. That way, if this one goes back to, say, 1 available, and this one goes back to, say, 0 or used. Oh, hold on a second, bees, after we get inside here. Alright, over here in the LP store, I think it was Traveler Items Refinement, and then this is your Pet Refinement Water. Right-click to use, then click the pet you wish to reassemble. Control left-click to see the stats. Here we go. These are the options you can get. And you can also see the probability of getting each stat, but 50% less critical damage from boss monsters. These are like the old stars on Eidolons. No, I think some of them are even better than the old stars on Eidolons. Now these, the question is whether or not it's like physical skill damage or damage to physical targets. So how broken these are depends on which they are, but I think at the point that we're at, that's still pretty good if your verse is the right target, right? Hilaire, love that. Hello. What kind of build? I think what's really important is getting your speed up and your def up. And where you want to put your points is really going to vary based on what kind of armor you can get. And after you've assigned all your points, if later you get armor that's better, you can just hit the reset. It's not very expensive. I'm at cap level and it's only 1 gold, 50 silver to reset the points after I get my proper armor. As you can see, that's not very much gold compared. Moonshard, if you don't want to play a subclass, you don't have to. In the previous server, 50% HP doesn't sound bad at all. In the previous server, if you didn't want to play a subclass, you could just like drag the window out of the way and just never pick one, but it would still always stay. As for Impact versus the original D-San, so definitely a lot more people around in this one because it's a fresh release. The longevity of it is up for debate because it's got some glitches, it's got some bugs. But if you want to play with other people, and especially around like seeing other people all around, I think right now you'll see more in this game just because there's less places for people to be. I do like some of the changes they've made. Right now I'm trying to figure out whether or not the end game is enjoyable. I keep seeing this. Where the text of the story accidentally overlaps with an emoji. Oh, hello, Beast Sauron. I hope you're having fun. That's the thing about games, right? Is it's just to have fun, right? So even when people ask, is it free to play or pay to win, I really struggle to answer that question sometimes because sometimes the things that I have fun with, maybe other people won't find very fun. So for me, as a completely free to play player, it's hard to say, you know? And D-San, that's actually what I'm figuring out right now. So right now, the end game appears to be, right now we are struggling, like as a community, we are struggling to get parties that will actually clear the level 55 party dungeons. And I would love to join one of them and see what it's like, but my armor is a terrible hodgepodge. Is that a level 20? That's a level 22 cape. So my armor is a terrible hodgepodge, and I want to fix this before I inflict myself upon the community. Oh boy. And these, I believe what they meant by the buff stacking is that if you have a pet summoned, and then you summon another pet with a different stat, it will keep the buffs from both of the pets. Not that you can, like, add multiple buffs to the same pet. Yeah, how to get the level 60 weapon formula. Okay, so there's actually 2 level 60 weapons for every class. For the first one, I'll show you in a second, because we're about to go back to Navia, and we'll be in the exact right spot. Decent, I'll get back to you in a second. I'm just going to show Extink here. So for your first level 60 orange weapon, you're just going to come over to Annalisa here. New recipes, you can change it to level 60, and then here you are, you've got the level 60 weapons listed here that you can purchase. They're 27 G a piece, so it's pretty expensive to get the recipe for it, unfortunately. But I think by endgame you should have somewhere in the range of like 150 goldish if you don't spend it on a whole bunch of Idolon keys like I did. I make bad decisions because I'm just having fun. I'm not too worried about meta. And then you'll also need a weapon refining core. And then as you run dungeons... Oh, hey, look at that. I've actually got enough here. As you run dungeons, you'll get enough to create a core, and each core will get a... Oh. That might be a really good one. That might be a really good core. I like move speed, and I like reducing the target's defense. I don't even have a list of what all the cores are anymore. Anyway. I did buy the recipe for the Stellar Sphere here because I was hoping that I could make one. Maybe I can. Storm. Oh, my inventory's a mess. Oh gosh, I wasn't expecting to get a core I liked so much on the first try. Now I don't want to really waste it. Anyway, the ice skill damage. Ooh, that'll be nice for an ice wizard or an ice, whatchamacallit thing. Yes, Nested, you want to get a weapon that's got the same element as the skills you're using. So for me right now, Stellar Sphere, either physical or dark, I'm thinking. It's got light skills, but I'm actually not... I don't really want to play it as a light element. So ideally, I want one of these in with the little dark icon or the fist icon. So I really want to actually craft this right now. So I'm going to come over here. Yeah, it is the Wind Echo. Probably not the best use of all my dragon points. But since when have I been making good choices? Oh, come on. Hey, darkness, there we go. And it's 115%. There we go, then we're going to come down here. My darkness one, and my core. I mean, you're always going to start at E. Oh, hey, Norcas! Yeah, I was actually really surprised when I started yesterday and I suddenly had the chat ranking. Alright, 110% attack bonus is the same as what I have on my current one, but move speed, defense, and evasion reduction. I'm gonna need to see a list of the cores, like holy moly. Daniel. Well, if you can insult Aura Kingdom all you like. Not everybody has to like the same games. You're only getting a chat ban if you say something mean about Tyr, who I am trying to show off here. He's my little guy. Say something mean about Tyr and you're out here. Anyway, I guess I should probably fortify it now, because, oh, that's right, you don't have to unequip it either. It's a disassemble here. Oh, I don't have any of my regular parts. I'm a mess. I'm 100% of a mess. Right now, in this game, The only gear that is for sale here that I saw... Like, this is a fishing set, so that's not even gear, is this here. It's quite cheap. This is about $1. It's also available in the LP store, so you don't have to pay money if you tried to get it. You can farm an LP for it as well. But my problem with this set is that it doesn't have any combat bonuses. So while this is going to be great when you're level 55, I don't think it's going to be worth anything in terms of actually contributing extra DPS to your team. So I feel like this is a trap. I feel like this is a trap for players at endgame. Because it's easy, but it's not actually ideal. And I've got players hidden right now, which is why it looks very lonely here in Navia. But if I turn them on again... Look at all the Serenas. There was a free Serena given out, so it totally makes sense that there's Serena here, but those landline cat titles. Yeah, my game stutters when I'm in Navia like this. That's why I had players hidden. Sorry, Serena is this Idolon here with the moon. You can just see a whole bunch of them around because everybody got one free. I gotta get my weapon fortification scrolls out of here. I put them all in here to get them out of the way. My inventory is such a mess. I'm sorry, guys. Now, I was having difficulty with the fortification yesterday, too. In that it would just stop and freeze after every single fortification. The free Serena is not for first day players, but you do need to do the giveaway codes. Gosh, where... You know what? I should paste the link to the page that's got all of the giveaway codes. Hold on a second here. It should be this page, I think, while you guys watch my fortification. Where'd my YouTube page go? YouTube! And then I'll pin that message. So this pinned message is the, it is the link to the page that has all of the giveaway codes so that you can get your hands on all of the freebies that are available for players. Is Serena in here? Serena may not actually be in one of those. So to get Serena, what you need to do is go to the pre-registry page and finish pre-registry. Yeah, because that's Serena's in the Idolon activation. So what you need to do for Serena is go to this page. Do your pre-registry. And even if you don't have anybody else using your code, at the very bottom of the page, once you've pre-registered, there'll be a code for Serena. Sorry, while I was getting distracted by all that, I have a bunch of people that have also said stuff. Dan Mender, I'm not sure what's up with your audio. As you can tell, I haven't really seemed to have much issue on my side with audio. Although I did turn off the music because I like to listen to my own music when I'm playing. Divya, my personal obsession with Tyr does not mean that he's the best Idolon in the game. I just think he's a cutie. And Panda, I chose not to start streaming on Twitch because when I was... Oh, see, it's doing it. Oh no, it just ate up all my forts. And those are the 21 to 30. The reason why I don't stream on Twitch is because when I was first getting into streaming, a couple people in the community of gay streamers that I was watching had been hate rated on Twitch. Like, from some really large creators, they had gotten hate rated, and that was really scary for me because they were really small creators getting a whole bunch of people like absolutely ragging on them in their chat immediately, and I was like, that right off the start, I don't really want that. So I decided to start on YouTube, and I just haven't gone to Twitch yet. I do have a way to dual stream. I'm just deciding when to take that step because I'm not sure I'm 100% ready. Alcandor, I am playing on the Alucard server. And Fabio, you're going to start with one class, and once you get to level 30, you'll be able to change your main class, and once you get to level 40, you'll be able to have a subclass. And really decided to do the speed run. Took me a little longer than 3 hours to get there, but I was obviously not very focused because I'm a mess. Upgrading gear, like what I was doing there with the fortification, all you gotta do is just right-click your fortification scroll. It'll tell you what item, like it'll show you the items you have equipped to slot them, and then you can fortify them by just hitting the fortify button. It costs silver. I'm not super against the idea of streaming on Twitch anymore. Like, I really was very negative about the community on Twitch, especially because it feels really opaque for me. Oh, that's not what I wanted. I wanted to do this. But, like I said, I have the tools that I need to dual stream, and I believe my internet is strong enough that I would be able to do that. I'm just trying to find the right time to start. I should clean up these quests. To my understanding, Twitch also has a lot of better like back-end tools, right? But I took a look at them and I'm like, I haven't figured this out. I'm not going to be super comfortable just immediately dual streaming, right? I'll figure it out eventually. Yeah, you know, I've heard there's a class in Final Fantasy XIV that's really similar to this one. Honestly, my roommate, best friend, lover, she plays Final Fantasy XIV, and every once in a while she just looks at me and she's like, you've got to play it. You've absolutely got to play Final Fantasy XIV. And I'm just like, yeah, but subscription. She's like, yeah, but free, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, at some point I'm going to cave and actually play it. Let's see. Sorry, I've fallen behind a bit here. How much backpack do we get from missions? How do we get that much backpack? Alright, so backpack. Come over here. By doing the main quest, I got 3 of these 16-slot backpacks. So that's where I got that. Then Idolons. Every time you beat a map, you get a couple summons, and then you can spawn them over in this instance. Wow, I'm all over the place. Then you can spawn them inside this instance, and it seems like every time you beat one, you get a full key inside this instance. At least that was... I've done it twice, 2 days, and every single time I fought an Idolon in here, it gave me a full key. So I think your rates are going to be really good here, but then there's also these Idolon instances that drop fragments, and actually we should probably do some of those, because I really want Alina. Insert Final Fantasy XIV promotional sentence here. You know, I was debating whether or not maybe if my friend, my bestie, can convince me to play Final Fantasy XIV, maybe I would do that as my initial stream on Twitch, because streaming in the Final Fantasy category might have a little bit more reach to like actually meet some new people and see whether or not I want to continue on Twitch kind of thing. That was the thought process. Anyway, I'm probably okay to get rid of the boxes for 55 and 6 and the special 60s, because those aren't going to be... Oh, that's got a secret stone. That does... Secret stone, secret stone, secret stone. Oh, this could be collected! Nice. No, I haven't killed all the elites yet. Maple Story. Final Fantasy XIV needs some toxicity? Oh, let me bring the toxicity. Yeah, right. Wait, you can't select the specific buffs anymore? I've been able to select my buffs. And then use them. Haven't had any issues with that here, or did you mean Final Fantasy? How cool. You're just gonna need to keep going a little further to get some more backpacks. There are some in the LP store, but I gasped when I saw the price. Like, I actually think I saw it on the live stream, and I was like, oh, holy moly, that is a ridiculous price. Oh, so what you're saying is that Aura Kingdom really stole a lot from Final Fantasy XIV for this class. Gotcha. No wonder it's good. Maybe that was a bit too much sass. Is that the toxicity you're looking for? Shoot, I was supposed to do Idolon instances. Okay, I want to keep those. Obviously, I want to keep my fortifications. I should probably do more fortification runs. I should probably do a lot of things. Oh, my inventory is a mess. Oh, right, I have one more row. Alright, we'll just throw all those in there because we're not going to get any more of them for a bit. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. I don't want to say something ridiculous, but like, every person has the capacity for toxicity, and every person has the capacity for compassion. I just don't think there's any reason to be toxic. And you don't need to be. Oh, hello, the card. Like, especially in gaming, right? I can get passive-aggressive in work emails, but in gaming, come on, we're all here to have fun. We all think we have bad taste in games beefy sometimes. Oh, thanks for sticking around, Sunset. Oh boy, gosh, I'm actually a really terrible streamer. I'm struggling to keep up on this chat. I'm doing my best, guys. I'm sorry if I missed your messages. It's reading messages. Fate, the reduction in the number of classes I think is a good idea because there was a little bit of class choice paralysis in the other server, and it ended up being that every time somebody new starts, they would just ask what's the best class, and everybody would tell them Starcaller. And lately I've decided that I'm going to insist that Stellar Sphere is an excellent choice for new players because on my brand new account, I was playing Stellar Sphere and just absolutely nuked my Awakening. Complete cakewalk. Lovely. Super easy. Loved it. So, but if I tell everybody to play Stellar Sphere, you've got 21 choices. Or sorry, 20 choices, and everybody picks Stellar Sphere? Yeah, not exactly fun. So I like the idea of having a reduced class list and reduce your reliance on everybody being the same subclass, so that's all fun in my opinion. I need to see what the actual endgame combat is like once I've been geared up. This map giving people PTSD? I'm gonna go stand inside the whatchamacallem. The bouncing ring. Let's go into the sky, guys. Alright, what else is going on here? Work emails, man. As per my last email. That's not the right reaction. Hold on, I have an emote for this, right? It's my literal one emote. How do I activate it? That's the face I make every time I have to write as per my last email. It could be that, Daniel, but they just made the dude holding the puppet look silly regardless. Hello, Logan! Save you're gonna be able to take your subclass quest once you finish. Oh no, I clicked outside of the bouncer. Yikes. You're gonna be able to get your subclass quest after you finish Kaktakara Forest and right before you head into Demarek Mines. I know they said that you weren't gonna have to do the main quest, but it kind of feels like they might not have lived up to that. You can still enter the dungeons, but in order to progress, like, the milestones, you still need to beat the quests. This is the endgame right here, going into the sky of Blizzardburg. Enjoy the content. Holy Sword hopefully will be available sooner rather than later. The ones that I would really like them to release the most are the Ravager and the Holy Sword for the giant bouncing fire skills and lightning skills. I don't think Starcaller is the highest DPS class, but it's extremely comfortable to play. So on my fresh account, I just passed the same set of armor around a bunch of characters, and then I'm basically comparing how Awakening feels in the same armor on different characters. um, Wow, geez, I'm sorry that I'm not a very good streamer, so when the chat is moving this fast, I'm talking too much for each individual message. I'm sorry, but regardless, on my fresh account, I found that Starcaller to be extremely comfortable. It's got great debuffs. It's got great support capabilities. It's got like it's just really comfortable to play as a new player. 100% on the old other server. Starcaller is like my #1 recommendation for new players right now, but it's not fun if everybody's playing the same class, right? Is my guild recruiting? No, it is not. This is my quiet dead guild that I have put 0 effort into. Glavos, I don't know if goats exist, so we're just kind of jumping up into the sky. I don't know if they exist. We'd have to sit around on a map for 4 hours to be able to sit on this to be able to find out, right? Really, occasionally people do donate. I do have super chats open, but unfortunately, I'm a little bit too pragmatic to spend money on something in game, especially like a cosmetic. It feels like it's not a good idea, and I also kind of want to stick with being free to play. Besides that, I'm between jobs right now. My new job starts on Monday. Actually, I have to wait 10,000 years for the goats. Nebula multi-hit. Honestly, the fact that we can't use Vortex. I know you were talking about Nebula, but the fact that we can't use triple Vortex is kind of sad. I really loved a triple Vortex. That was very satisfying to use. This is the real endgame, guys. How you like that map? Yeah, I suppose tomorrow I should play one of the melee classes, huh? Should we make a poll? What class should I play tomorrow? Start a poll. Moro class. Moro class. Duelist versus Katana. There you go. You don't have to say it in chat. You can just click. It's not like I never spend any money on video games. It's just that for Aura Kingdom, I'm not feeling it. Like, when I spend money on a game, I want it to actually like massively impact the way that I play it. Like, I hate to put it this way, but I actually do spend a little bit of money on Genshin Impact, a very little bit. Very, very little bit. Like, I'm talking just the Welkin, so that's like, what, $6 a month? Canadian? Because when you get another character, it massively changes the way that you can play the game, and I find it to be very, very fun. So, that being said, if I were to spend $6 on Aura Kingdom right now, what would it get me? It would get me... well, it's 6 Canadian dollars, so probably only like 4 ones. My poor Canadian dollars. But yeah, no, it's like, when I look through here, and when people say pay to win, like, sure, I could get some costumes, but it's not going to massively impact the way the game feels to play, right? Like, what? Am I going to have a special dance move and show that off in front of people? You know, I never actually really got that far into WoWA. I tried playing it. I was a little put off by some of the awkward jumps in the story, although I know you should definitely not say that Genshin's story is all that impressive, but the exploration in Genshin I found to be a bit more fun, even though like traversing the land was more fun in Wuthering Waves. But ultimately, you can only play so many gacha games at once. Yeah, story, right? In Wuthering Waves, you also have the skip button, so technically you could just like lock in on the fancy combat. Which was quite satisfying. I'm a big action combat fan in general. What class is considered OP right now? Great question. I still haven't had a chance to try everything. I'm sorry, I'm just a little bit mesmerized by bouncing ice. Probably gonna be the range classes that are gonna be the more OP right now, just because you can actually stand back and do damage while the people up in front take the hits. But like I said, tomorrow I'm gonna play a melee class, so you can pick what melee class you think I should be playing. You know, a lot of people say that Aura Kingdom was pay to win because of the Idolon archive, but with that gone, and people still saying it's pay to win, I think I don't understand what people mean when they say pay to win, because I'm not looking at the store and seeing something I can get that would, like, get me one-shotting party dungeons or anything. In the OG Aura Kingdom, the Idolon archive, there's a couple sets of gear that are on the Paragon table. I get that. Valid points. I'm ignoring those because I'm free to play and I'm not they're not hurting me. Their existence isn't making me suffer. Oh. Oh gosh, I did not try Zenless Zone Zero. Some of the characters look amazing and cool. Like, love the style of the game, but like I said, you can't play too many gacha games. I did try Infinity Nikki, and then I stopped because I couldn't keep up, and then I saw what happened with the server and was kind of done. And yeah, I'd like to see where the canon class gets to as well. What do you think, guys? Are we high enough up? This is a great use of my time, I'm sorry. Yeah, no paywalls in Aura Kingdom for sure, although some people might say that they feel a little bit paywalled given that there are dungeons that require stats that you really need to have Idolon Archive to be able to actually compete in. That being said, when I played for 10 years, I built up that archive over 10 years. Hello, Vane. Unfortunately, you come in at a terrible time. This map has this spot that bounces you up into the sky, and I went on it because we were just having a chat. This is the true endgame. Shall we go down? No fall damage. No fall damage. I wonder how long we were up there. Okay. Alright, lock in. We got things to do. We're gonna get some Eidolons. We're gonna get... Oh, there's an Eidolon gossip open. Let's give this a shot. Yeah, my personal opinion is that your ability to access costumes and whatnot in the LP store is really good right now. Like, the costumes are actually the same in the LP store as in the cash store. So if you really want one of these and you're not obsessed with tier like I am, you could absolutely have a full custom costume set, right? So personally, I'm feeling good about the way the server is. I just need to, like, really figure out how to farm LP, and I have an idea, but you're gonna have to let it cook for a bit. Just make friends with a spender. Rom L. I have no idea what that is. Let me Google it. Actually, maybe I'll add it on a list because I don't have enough windows open. Josie, you can actually turn that off, and it will stop at level 50. There's a little button here that says auto teleport. After level 50, you need an item for it, so you can just turn that off if you don't like it. Hello, U9. I'm sorry about your fingers. I'm sorry, that's the lamest thing I could have said. Why is the game called Fantasy Frontier? That's because that's the original name. So the name that Area gave it when it came out in English originally was Aura Kingdom, but the exact translation of the Chinese name, I guess it is a Fantasy Frontier. So that's what it shows as in your task manager. Multiple characters. I do have a second character. I am going to be playing him. His name is Dusk, and I'm very sorry if the person who has the name Dusk in the current server wanted their name here, but I like Dusk and Midday as a set. Divya, I am playing on the Alucard server, which is the English/Europe server. And as you can see, if I pull over the general chat, we have an automated translation button. So you can actually communicate with people that are speaking other European languages if you don't know them. Where is Guardian? I don't know. I'm guessing that the reason why they decided not to have a Guardian class was because they wanted us to suffer. We do still have an Idolon archive, but it's flat stats. It's all just flat stats. And how broken that's gonna be, well, I guess we'll find out over time. This is not very fun. I've never really liked these Idolon instances. They're kinda slow. And I'm dying. Hello, Desmond. Well, now's a great time to start again if you feel like it, because this is the restart server. Yeah, I need 3 more of these mushrooms. Evil Spore King. Can I even beat this guy? Yeah, I do a little bit of damage. Well, if you wanted to play as a Sorcerer Chaos, unfortunately, it's not available on this server. Alright, so I know I haven't played any of the melee classes, and I was thinking that they would probably, like, modify the melee classes to be a little bit more tanky. So I'll be figuring that out tomorrow. I don't know if I'm beating this guy, guys. I get the feeling this is not happening. This is a bonus boss, though. Stun block for 30 seconds. I was trying to get back strikes on this guy, but it still feels like he's doing too much damage on me. My potions are just not doing it. Wait, can we charge attacks here? Yeah, these instances always did have a little bit of benefit from being a higher level, because if you're basically set stats, but Endora's was always odd. Like, I think Endora's is the only one that doesn't actually nuke all of your other buffs. This is the bonus boss, though. Honestly, is she actually doing more damage on auto attacks? Divya, I'm playing on Alucard. Those are the only 2 that are available. And someone told me that the announcements are all in Chinese on the other servers, so if you're not familiar with Chinese, it might be a little bit harder. Although you can set your UI language. Did I get impatient and bork it up? Come on. Yay! Oh, can you? Frick, you can, you're right! God! Here, go get him! Chaos is key. He is called Alucard in our server. That's the name that we get for Dracula. And he's actually a dragon? He's a little bit confused. You know, I actually normally do use a controller for this game. I'm just not sure if the program that I use for the driving the controller might be counted as cheat software. So I figured I wouldn't muck around with it on my main account to start. I would check that before on an alt account. Well, I've only tried 2 classes so far properly, Divya. I've only tried the new class, the Floating Cannon, and now I'm on the Stellar Sphere. I'm really liking Stellar Sphere for the big AoEs. Yeah, most of them don't let you summon summon Eidolons, and that's why I didn't even bother trying, because I remember from the other server. I guess that means I could technically summon Merrily for heals too, hey? But like, here's my guy. Ronin is also known as Katana. Yes, it is a melee class. It's got a little bit more like mobility of, whoa, that guy just nuked me. One second before it happened, eh? Can we beat this guy? Should I just send Tyrion after him? Oh no, he's hurting Tyr quite bad. And Cat, you take over. Oh shoot, no, he hits hard. Is this even possible right now? I feel like this isn't a very good use of my time, but I did spend like how long jumping up into the sky? So what am I to say that it's a good use or a bad use of time? We're gonna try one more time though. Tyr and Alucard are level 60, right? Yes. So we'll give that a shot. They actually technically have already released a couple physical Eidolons, but they've done something really silly, and that's they haven't added a category for physical. So if you come through looking at Idolon element here, value is considered physical. He's not a physical DPS Idolon. Do channel 3 and die. You might be able to change from Kusanagi. Oh, the Kusanagi's instance isn't out today. I didn't see if that was the other one that's available right now, but oh, get him, Tyr. Come on, Tyr. Lana and Cat, go! It's a Pokemon battle. Hello, Vandriel. I am suffering against this dragon. He hits too hard. The skills are oh, he hits way too hard. I don't know that I can do this. We're gonna try one more time, though. They've changed a lot of the debuffs. I think they're not quite as impressive as on the other server, but they still have the massive AoE. We just don't have the triple vortex anymore. Maybe we'll try Alucard. Maybe he's got... Oh, he's got a dot. That could be helpful. Go get him. Come on. Attack. Oh, no. Hits pretty hard. Dot not doing anything. This guy looks like he might be immune to damage. Do we have to fight this guy? Can we move on? This is a special gossip instance. You're supposed to beat this boss, and then at the end you've got a chance to get the Eidolon key fragment or a special costume for them. But this boss is just hitting way too hard. Yeah, we're gonna go. Don't think that's don't think that was gonna happen. Might need to... That instance relies a little bit more on your stats, so I think we might do a bit better on that if I get proper gear. If there was, I don't know if it's totally worth spending any more time on that when I should be actually trying to improve my gear instead of... I was supposed to be going for Eidolons! I'm so distracted. And Vanriel, I 100% agree. The red carpet's having like the timer on it, so you can actually see when they're gonna hit. Love it. Alright, Tyr, your time to shine again. I bet you can solo this guy. Shoot, I actually ran right through that, eh? Hello, Zyrus. For OG Aura Kingdom, I like Merrily as an option because what she has is an ability to, like one of her stars is move speed. In this version of Aura Kingdom, you do not have to pick a starter Idolon. You get all of the starter Idolons in-game. Like, if you look at my party, I don't even have a starter. I mean, I have Merrily, but she's not in the first spot. I have everybody except Alina, which is what I'm actually trying to get by doing these Idolon instances here. So let's go one more time. Tank Idolon might be Vayu. I saw he had that damage reduction on there. I think if you were to start him up, he might be a pretty decent like starter tank Idolon. That's easy to farm in game. I wish there was a button for the dungeon instance. These guys are still dropping the starter Idolon instance, Alabastron Temple. These guys are still dropping the starter Idolons. Yes, yes. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed Duelist. I know Ravager is kind of like one of the super OG classes that a lot of people really loved. So man, I kind of wish they had had that instead of Katana, but I can see why they went with the Katana, because it's a little bit more flashy. Anyway, these packs that I'm getting from these bosses, should be getting 2 per boss. Once they are vulnerable to damage. Yeah, there you go, 2 per boss. And then they have a 100% rate of dropping key fragments. And of course I got 0 for the one that I wanted. Ronin class didn't have summons in the other server, did it? It was only, I mean, the only one that really has summons was the Necromancer with the Scythe. But then you had like the little Shadow Ninja for Shuriken. Idolon farming. You know, I kind of prefer this over spawns. Like in the other game, you'd have a % chance of after specific dungeons, specific modes of having an Idolon spawn. This definitely feels better. Okay, so to find your weapon arsenal, you're going to hit the K button and come over here and make sure that you're on the right slot. So these are the weapons that I currently have equipped. My staff sucks. Oops. What am I doing with a dark staff? Do-do-do-do-do. Yeah, but the Necromancer was the one that did the summons, right? Not the Ronin. And Divya, Eidolons are the companions that fight with you, so they're just like tier. So the way that Eidolons work is you have active skills. Usually you'll have 2 combat skills and 1 buff skill. So this is his buff skill that's just a damage buff. And then you'll have stars, where if you feed them up a bunch of emblems, you'll be able to get extra buffs from their stars. So if I come over here for Tyr, you'll see that he has lightning skill damage stars. So if I star him up and feed him a bunch of emblems, I'll be able to get these bonuses to lightning skill damage. I am not playing a lightning skill damage class. I just really like Tyr, so I'm using him and I don't care. Noah Donnelly, hello. I've got a pinned link in my chat. You're going to want to go to that page to get the list of all of the codes that you can input right now to be able to get all of the freebies. The one for Landland Cat is literally just Landland Cat in all caps with no spaces. And once you got your codes, you're just going to head over to the store. Bottom left-hand corner, there's an enter code button and a window pops up, which you can't see. Sadhu, I think you're right. I think Tyr could be a good option for a whatchamacallit, the Lightning Star Caller right now. But he does cost a lot of LP. So if you're not obsessed with... Why is this always right on his face? If you're not obsessed with my little guy, I don't know whether or not it's a good choice. It's just a good choice for me because I'm having fun. As I'll say it once, I'll say it a million times. I play the way that I find to be fun. Yes, the Chaotic, the connections for Eidolons now no longer involve chatting, they involve just paying gold and getting your item immediately. I'm kind of low on gold. This isn't an ideal thing to do. But if I click the link button, it just immediately will return. Oh my gosh! Ah, he likes me. I notice we don't have a house yet. Hi, hello, Dosi. It's just in the link right above the chat, the pinned link in chat. There is one code not in there that everyone should also be able to get, and that's the pre-registry code. But you need to go to your pre-registry page and scroll down to the bottom after you like sign in, basically, and there's going to be a unique code at the bottom of the page. I'm still trying to decide how to give away the Muramasa keys. I mean, if housing is enabled, I haven't found it yet. But that's interesting because you can buy furniture in the LP store. Maybe I should do this quest. I get so distracted. I'm a mess. Right? I haven't found housing. If anybody else has found housing, let me know. And I guess I'll throw it out there, but there is an official Discord for Aura Kingdom Impact, where if you've got any questions about what's going on, not just me, you'll find all sorts of people that have a pretty good picture of what's happening in game right now. So in the description of the video, I do have a link to the Discord, but just as a heads up, they're running an invite contest. So if you use that link, you are contributing to me in that contest. If you would prefer not to, there is also a link on the X Legend page on the front. But I would really like to win! Oh gosh, that feels like I'm begging, but I thought as long as I'm really clear that by choosing to use that link you are helping me participate in a contest, it won't feel as bad. Nope, no space in here. What a mess. Oh, 100% they're gonna be sleeping right now. What time is it in, I got a Merrily key there. I am at only 3 Alina. I think that's just bad RNG because it says the rate for all of the Eidolons is the same, I believe, right? We come over here, go to Idolon instance, and check the box. Yeah, so it is just a 14.3% chance for all of them, so the fact that I've got 10 Merrily and 3 Alina is just bad RNG. Does this guy drop the box ones too? Yeah, we got a couple more shots today. Kind of lonely having the dungeons with literally nothing in them, though. Yeah, if it's 5 AM in Taiwan, unlikely they're going to be doing any responding on tickets. U9, I am kind of farming specifically for, Alina. And the reason for that is I'll get a couple more stats if I get Alina. Oh, you're right. I should be farming gear. And I should be checking to see whether or not the fortification instances are set again. Because it's now past 4 o'clock. Yay! Yeah, I think it was just bad luck that I had only gotten 3 so far total. And as usual, that little one on the shopping cart. It went away after I picked up the charm it gave me when I started for the day. And then it was right back. Pretty cute. Do we have a costume thing? No, we don't. I don't think I have Benkei yet either. Actually, I can tell, can't I? Yeah, so if you have the Idolon, it'll say owned in the red near the bottom, or in the middle on the right. I feel like I do that all the time at Klepto-Bismol, but the problem is just that I forget what I was trying to do. Like, I just always forget what I'm trying to do. It is not related to me reaching certain levels. I probably don't... I do need the level 60 armor boxes. Put that in there. That doesn't need to be in there. I'll put that in there. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, Fortification instances. Ozyman Temple, not reset. Ghost Weep, not reset. Did I not remember correctly when I thought that I did Ozyman twice? I'm, like, really confident I did. Maybe I didn't. Oh boy, now I'm double check. Now I'm questioning my memory. Maybe I need to. Maybe it's on the threes, and just coincidentally we've seen it reset on the threes. Yeah, hold on a second. Let's head over to the dungeon entrance. Oh. CHSP. Yeah, this is what I thought. It does say restarts, or gives you one entry every 0 minutes starting from 6 a.m. Okay, that appears to be just improperly formatted text. Because obviously if this one is resetting once a day, then it'll be at 6 a.m. But it doesn't show me the other instance entries here because they're kind of not programmed in properly, I guess. Alright, we're gonna go back to farming equipment because that's really what I should be doing. Hello, Coder. That's what I figured happened, but we're just trying to figure out how often it resets. So I did 2 copies of one of them, and 1 copy of another one of the fortification instances, and we'll see whether or not it's like 3 hours, maybe it's 2 hours, but on the odds, which would be weird. I feel like there's a solid chance that it's every 3 hours, but I don't know that I'm going to go all the way to 6 p.m. game time. I don't know how to use Star Color as a subclass, because you actually can't use Star Color as a subclass on the OG server, so I might have to peek around that. I'm gonna stick with my wizard for now, even though I'm barely using it, because the pink heart makes me happy. I don't know for sure, Vitor. It kind of looks like that might be the case, though. That's why I'm trying to test it. Unless somebody else has already tested and confirmed. Yeah. I'm so used to having cooldowns a little bit faster. I keep using skills before they're ready. I don't want level 55 boxes. I want level 60 boxes. I actually should just not be opening these. I think I want to keep these because these should be usable for crafting the accessories that I want. I'm gonna want those for making my armor. Where the heck are all the armor scrolls? I got like 2 scrolls yesterday. And I've gotten 0 so far today with a drop jar on. I see Katana is kinda winning. I'm a little bit surprised about Katana winning. I'll just leave the poll up though. Although, actually now that I look at it, the way that the poll works on the chat window is that it's kind of covering up part of the chat. So maybe I'll go ahead and just end the poll. It looks like Katana is pretty solidly in the win, so tomorrow we will give Katana a solid try. Go ahead and end that. 70 votes. A lot of people. I mean, it's better. My hodgepodge orange set. Speed, move speed, plus 10. Wait, what? Seriously? We hit 2,000 Oh my gosh, seriously? Well, that's... Wow. You know, as a gamer, number go up is just fun inherently, but it is really cool. So, thanks so much, everybody. I'm not crying, you are. You know, it's really funny that so many things have happened. So I made a post about it on my community tab, but my I was working the same job for 10 years, and I left it last week, and I spent all of last week thinking that I wasn't sure if I was making the right decision. I already had a new job lined up, but you know, going from something you've been doing for 10 years to something that you've never done, it's a choice. There's very few things I've done in my life for 10 years, and Play War Kingdom just happens to be one of them. But like, ever since I left my job, it feels like it's been just one good thing after another in the last week, and it just makes me feel a little bit like the universe is reminding me that I've actually made a good choice. Whether it's I got my first piece of fan art yesterday, which is like so amazing. If Lousia happens to be here, thank you so much. I might post that on my YouTube channel later today if you're okay with that. I'll double check before I do, but like that happened. Like the video that I did for picking a class went over 10,000 views, which is extremely rare on my channel, and I was just really surprised that so many people found it helpful because I was really worried about that one. Gosh, it's just... Thanks so much, everybody! I don't know if I'm so good at, like, the theory crafting kind of detail. Like I said, for the most part, I tend to talk to other people to help get informed opinions about things, but... YouTube is not paying the bills. But I did hit the payout threshold for July, which means that right around my birthday, because YouTube pays out when you hit $100 of your local currency. So if I hit $100 of like ad revenue by the end of the month, the next month near the end they'll pay out. And so last month I did hit the payout threshold, so I'll be getting a birthday present from YouTube with all the ad money. I actually have ads off on my live streams. So I hope you guys aren't getting ads because I'm not playing any. If you are getting ads, we need to go revolt against YouTube. I switch the ads on once it's a VOD. Spam it for the next 5 minutes. You know, it's funny because when you put it that way, it's like, well, if I was stepping away, maybe it would make sense to like to have it play an ad while I'm not even here. But I feel like I'm so small that I'm gonna make the couple of people that show up, and this is more than a couple of people today, which is really rare for me, but I'm gonna ruin the experience for the people that are actually here showing up and saying hi and chatting because I'm gonna get a couple pennies from each one of them? Yeah, no. I don't think so. It's not my job, right? It's not my full-time job. If it was, I think I would have invested a little more money into a better model. Truth is, I would love to have a professional VTube model, the one that you're looking at right now. If you thought, that's weird, it kind of looks like an Aura Kingdom character, that's because it is an Aura Kingdom character that I rigged. I pulled it into my Photoshop and I separated out all the layers and redrew some bits and then I rigged it myself, so it's not that great. And I would love to be able to afford a professional one, but it is what it is. Yeah, I made it, Roman, so it's unique to me. It's a little bit janky, but I made it. Well, I remember when I was looking at tutorials for how to use Live 2D. They said it's magical the first time you get your character to blink. And boy, they are right. The first time I got my character to blink and watched it, it's like, oh my gosh. But there's after I finished rigging the face, I didn't really have a lot of time left up. on the whatchamacallit, I didn't have a lot of time left on the the free trial for the Live 2D program. So the rest of the body has got the slightest bit of arm motion when I kind of move far off to the side, but that's about it. I don't like to talk about it because, again, this is not my full-time job. So it's not like I'm in desperate need of money. I am currently jobless, but my new job is starting on Monday, so I'm fine. I can pay the mortgage. But I do actually have a coffee page, which reminds me that I actually have a picture that I need to post, because every time somebody buys me a coffee on Coffee, I go out and I get a coffee and I write a thank you note. But since I brought it up, on my Coffee, I will post every now and then, and by that I mean I've done it once, and I'm hoping to finish another one in July, is stories that I have written. Oh, is the Coffee link not in the bottom of the description anymore? I'm pretty sure I put it there. Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't have it in my template for live streams. How many subs would I need to go full time? I suspect that Aura Kingdom is a little bit too small to properly create a yes, that's intentional beefy muscle. Again, I'm kind of hiding it a bit. I think the Aura Kingdom community might be a little bit too small, and I'm not quite good enough to properly do like theory crafting and guides and whatnot. So I don't see YouTubing or live streaming as ever being anything more than just a fun way to get a little bit of coffee money every couple of months, because I don't hit the payout threshold every month. Do I really need to do candy? I mean, it's got the gold drops too, so I kind of do need the gold for affording. Yeah, it is a hobby, and I have some friends that are trying to convince me to purchase a model and just call it a hobby thing. Like, it's okay to spend money on your hobbies, but now is just not an ideal time. I do need to see how my new job goes before I start spending silly money after all, right? Top meta class today for PvE. I've only had the opportunity to try 2 of them so far, the floating cannon and the stellar sphere. You know, it's sorry, the really the way my friend put it was basically like, hey, I'm buying a motorcycle for my hobby of driving motorcycles. That costs less than a VTuber avatar, and I'm like, I see your point. I'll think about it. So I am seriously thinking about it. It's just the being between jobs thing. Also, I don't know how it is in other countries, but in Canada, we just had to pay our property tax, so that's like a big sum all due on the same day. A good one where you've paid the artist properly can be quite expensive. Like, I talked to an artist, and they were like, a beginner rigging could probably run in the range of anywhere from like $500 to $1,000 Canadian, depending on how large the model is and how like fancy it is and whatnot. Yeah, the pay. Obviously, if I was going to get it done properly, I'd pay artists properly. But also, Canadian money just is bad for people overseas, so it makes the conversion rate challenging. A growth fund. I'm not sure what you mean by a growth fund. How many hours did it take me to reach 60? Probably somewhere in the range of like, I'm gonna say 10 or 11, but I spent a lot of that goofing around. Your property hasn't been assessed yet. Well, good luck with that once it is. Yeah, I know. A motorcycle compared to a VTuber avatar, definitely different ranges of how much they cost, but if you just think about it, it's like a motorcycle will at least get you places, whereas a VTuber avatar will just make me happy. And I guess what I'm saying is money buys happiness. That wasn't where I wanted to go. Oh no. Top right corner. Oh, sorry, growth fund. Yes, sorry. I'm free to play, so not going to be doing anything with that. So $4.99 AKP. I think that's $5 American. So what? $8 Canadian? Which is, yeah, no, I'm not buying this. Thank you for trying to make me feel better. Oh, frick, I'm so distracted. We don't need level 50 weapon boxes. I should probably save that one. We don't really need the level 50 armor boxes. Oh, sorry. Right. So, these extra keys of Gaia that they're giving you are going to be for evolving your Eidolons. And these energized emblems here are going to get your Alucard, Serena, and maybe even your Muramasa to max. I don't know exactly how many it'll take per Eidolon. So, gear stones, that's for starting up your stones. Heartless. This is a reusable buff item. This is a permanent item that will remain in your inventory forever that you can use every half an hour. Basically for the rest of the time you're playing the game. 3% damage received reduction might be nice considering that everything hurts a lot right now. Fortification, I mean, in terms of how much it costs compared to what you're getting, I do think, like, especially like these beads and oath rings, those are nice. 100 to all stats, I mean, the stat titles or whatever. Elemental Cube, that's another permanent buff item. And that's more, how many keys is it going to take to max out your Eidolons? Geez, if it takes like, it's a lot of keys. They've definitely made that a little uncomfortable. Experience Discourse. Oh, this is a new buff item. I can't even tell what that does. In terms of spending $5 approximately, depending on, or $5 American dollars approximately, I think someone said there's tax on buying the AK points as well, so it might be a little more than that. This is a good set of items. I think you wouldn't go wrong if you spent $6 on this. Like, it's not a bad use of $6. But I do note the distinct lack of looking cute, so if your aesthetic is what you're worried about, this ain't helping with your aesthetic. That is a terrible way to put it, I'm sorry. If you're only going to spend like $6, that's probably a good thing to use it on, because when you look in the shop, there's not really anything else that super grabs my attention, right? Like, equivalent is you can get 50 rolls on the gambling table, and that's even more expensive. And if you didn't know, you can click on the eye to see the rates for everything. Sorry, Klepto Bismal, you asked about where to find the buff items. You want to come to any grocer or grocery card and just kind of scroll through the pages until you find the buff items. Someone said we need 4. I don't think 4 sounds correct, because I know you need 2 for 2-star and 1 just for like actually getting the Idolon. So I don't feel like just 1 more key for your 3rd star makes sense. I would see them taking even more for that, because if not, there'd be literally no reason for them to give you 4 here plus 3 here, right? 1, 2, 3. Toto, that makes a lot of sense. It feels like I definitely felt that makes more sense. Wow for life, I did get Landland Cat. He is actually a really good Idolon, all things considered, because he's got a really nice buff here. Idolon skills, he's got crit damage versus bosses. That's really nice. I'm spending more time chatting than actually fighting anything. I think I could go back to the Idolon instances. Still have 1 more to do for my Alina. Or at least a chance at getting Alina. I'm all over the place. I'm sorry, guys. 3, 4, 5... So 6 total for 3-star, and then does 4-star still require just the Oath Ring, or does it require more keys? Where did I get my Idolon? This little guy here? Warning, I do not recommend doing this. I am obsessed with tier. So I came over here into the LP store, and rather than spending it on anything like the gear that would have given me more experience, or spending it on this the pet reshuffling thing that would have given me more stats on a pet, I came right over here and I spent my very first LP purchase on Tier's Key of Gaia. And now that I'm looking at it, it said restriction 25, but that number did not go down after I purchased one. So that's interesting. Yeah, it feels like they gave you way too many on here, right? So if you have 1 Serena, 1 Alucard, and 1 Muramasa already from all the bonus stuff at the beginning, 2 more to get to 2-star, 3 more to get to 3-star, then 4 more to get to 4-star? That's kind of what I'm seeing here. Oh, that's level needed to buy. Okay, that makes sense, because if you, I thought that was how many you were allowed to buy. That makes a lot more sense, because having a level 25 restriction on an item you can't use before level 25 makes a lot of sense. Wouldn't want people buying it and then not being able to use it and freaking out. Got it. That makes a lot of sense. And then it's these ones here with the weekly buys left in red. Okay. Wait, they're selling otter feed. That must mean that we... What? Oh my gosh, someone sent me a costume! I'm gonna feel bad taking it, but I can't say no because I don't want to waste your goodwill here, and I absolutely adore that costume. Thank you so much! Oh, I gotta use it! I'm gonna come all the way down here, and we're gonna grab that boss damage card so that we can use it right away. What is heck? I love this one. Oh, I feel bad about accepting it because then it makes me feel like I'm not living up to the free-to-playness, but I really love it and I super appreciate it. Thank you so much. I just have to diet khaki now. Wait, do I have enough? I do have enough G to diet khaki. Oh yeah, we're doing this. Or LP, sorry. Traveler items, costumes. I mean, we got a diet khaki. That's the rule. That's my color. If we go like this and like that. I don't have the tools to remake my character anymore, I think. Thank you. I didn't even see the mail. I am so sorry that I missed it for that long. Oh, it just looks perfect with the hair, and I love the jacket off the shoulders like that. It's perfect. Okay, so the thing about Muramasa, sorry, I'm gonna try to respond to everybody at once. The thing about Muramasa is that she's actually been changed to a PvP Eidolon, so she's not ideal to be using for PvE right now. Joseph, if you're looking for an Eidolon for Stellar Saphir, right now there's no Eidolons that really look like they're good for physical. Like, physical Eidolons, doesn't look like there's any super good options in terms of default stars. But Alucard is free, and his stars are actually dark damage stars. So, given that I don't think any Eidolon skills actually have elemental damage buffs in them just yet, something like Alucard, who's already free, not a terrible option. There doesn't appear to be any ridiculously broken ones. And I think Chiyu is also still a dark Eidolon. Oh, Chiyu does have dark damage taken. Chiyu might actually be the best Eidolon to use for dark damage. I'm just kind of I don't really trust her, considering that her Idolon infusion. As for you, Klepto-Bismol, I feel like it would be really hypocritical of me to say no after I literally already took a present. So I guess if you were to send something, I will accept it. It does. I feel bad saying that out loud. It feels like I'm asking for stuff, and I swear I'm not. Look at all the belts! It's such a cute outfit. I was actually considering, when I first was looking at the LP store, until I realized that tier keys were available, I was considering using the LP to grab this costume, but I decided against it. Ah, Joseph, let's see. Which code is it that will get you Alucard? Hold on a second here. The code you want to use is Impact 100, but there's a bunch of codes that you can use. So what you need to do is go to the link that I've got pinned and look on that page. There is currently 2 codes listed at the top, the Land Cat and Happy Fun, and then at the very bottom there's 3 more codes that you can input for some more goodies. And then, if you want Serena, you need to go to the pre-registry page. I should have just pinned both links in one. Hold on, where's the pre-registry page? This is not a link that has, like... Oh, I guess it is an inviter. I don't even know whose invite link this is. So good luck to them. In the link I just sent, if you do the pre-registry, even if nobody else, like if you don't share your link with anybody to get friends to sign up, at the very, very bottom of the page, you're going to find, after you've logged in, you're going to find a code that'll get you the Serena and this move speed buff. So make sure to get all your free goodies. Oh dear. After I said that I would accept presents. Amaterasu in arms. Thank you, Klepto-Bismol. I wish these letters would stay a little longer. Yep, that definitely looks better than what I've got. And as you can see, I'm not just going to resell it. I'm going to keep things if you send it. I was on Idolon instances, right? Gosh, I am so distracted. I'm all over the place. It's a good thing there's not too many Aura Kingdom streamers. I'm probably at least still top 10, regardless of how much I get distracted. HU... for Alina. Oh, I didn't even look in the collection. You're right, we could tell all of what's in-game from looking at the collection. Yeah, that's not very many. Wait. Huh? Oh, that was an, eavesdropping. Let's, wait, did I just put I put the good one in here. Oh, it's locked, that's why. There. How much free backpack space? You get 3 of the plus 16 backpack spots for free. So this is what your free inventory will look like once you've gotten to the end of the main quest. Expand inventory, 3 slot thingies. How much do backpacks cost in the cash store? Approximately $2-ish US plus tax. That's going to be quite expensive because I think some people were selling stuff at like 1 gold to whatever the AK points was, so 200G for backpacks can be pretty expensive. Ah, I keep getting distracted. Alrighty, well this person's recruiting for a level 30 dungeon. So we shouldn't have a problem here, but let's see if they'll take us. What is that 9? What is that? I saw it yesterday too, that there's like this number on people's nameplate. Like yesterday it was 999. Today it's just 9. Josie, you can have 2 characters right now. I saw that there is spot for more to be unlocked, but I didn't see an item for unlocking other character slots. Maybe I shouldn't be looking in the LP store. So you can have 2 characters right now for free. And I guess we'll have to watch out for when an item that unlocks more slots becomes available. No, I mean, it's not going to be in costumes, right? Yeah, I don't see anywhere... Traveler items? I mean, it was in Traveler items on the other server, but these... A lot of these categories are basically identical. What? Sorry, Flying Hedgehog. I've got my custom music playlist playing, and it's just a bunch of Genshin music, and then also some stuff from Xenoblade, like just a couple tracks from Xenoblade, and a couple tracks from Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. Yeah, we're probably good here if I see her. Oh, this person already went in. They just left the party? I've done a couple party dungeons. And with the teleport system, I don't know how we get in if they're already inside. Like, I don't know that we can actually do that unless we literally run to the dungeon or something. Oh yeah, I should probably take a quest. Get some guild experience. We're doing Albastron Temple, right? That's... Crescent Hill. Oh. Actually, Stella might be telling me we need to end the live stream soon. She's getting kind of antsy. There we go. Did you finish with your bone, Stella? You finished with your bone? Not quite yet. Not quite yet. She's still got a little bit of bone left. But thank you so much for coming by, really. I don't have any buff items. They're gonna think I'm a... Okay, well they all ran away without using a buff too, so... I can be a freeloader. I'll probably be streaming every day until my new job. When I have to go back to being a cog in the wheels of a functioning society. But yeah, stop by if you see me on. Look at that. No sweat. My gear is still a bit of a mess though, and I'm running into a bookshelf. Here's doing okay. I keep losing target. I wonder if I'm doing something that is untargeting me when I'm not intending to. And again, I'm trying to use skills before their cooldown is done. All things considered, if I was fighting properly, I probably should be the one doing the most damage here and getting all the aggro. But it seems my party is cool, so we don't need... Oh, they're not going to do a second run. Yay! I guess we just ran out. You know, back in the old days on the OG server, once you finished, you teleport out to a dimensional hall or something, but I guess that's not a thing anymore. People recruiting for Alabaster Temple. Hello, Snuff people! Oh, I should probably do like all of the dungeons to be able to get the guild points. Or my sad little guild. It's okay, I'll join it on my alt character. Quests for doing solo dungeons, huh? Wait a minute, Otherworld Port Scandia? But I thought we don't have Otherworld Port Scandia. Oh, that's what someone was saying. We have quests for them, but the dungeons don't exist. Well, Lousy, I did have a coffee, but I already drank it. Oh, you're just actually downloading it now, Snuff. I am playing on the Alucard server. So when you start, you'll see two servers on the selection. I'm playing on the one with the English name, Alucard. And then once you're inside, there's 8 channels, but it's all the same server. FPJE. Yeah, he brings me here. But we can't go in. That's what they meant when they said that it's got the quests, but we can't do anything. Fun. Alright, so I think... Yeah, Stella's kind of looking at me, so it is about time for a walk. And it's about the same amount of time that I'd spent yesterday on the cannon, so I'm going to goof around a little bit more. I'm going to goof around a little bit more on this class to get a picture of it, and then I'm going to prepare a weapon for tomorrow for Katana, because earlier we voted that we're going to play Katana tomorrow. I really gotta figure out what to do with my inventory. My poor inventory. Oh, it's a mess. I'm probably gonna level up my second character for a bit more inventory space because this is very much not manageable with the amount that I've got. Oh, Snuff people. I would highly recommend joining the Discord for the game because right now there's a lot of people there that are figuring out what's going on and sharing information about how things work in the Discord. So, highly recommend going there. There's a link in the description of my video to the Discord. Just so you know, they are running a contest for invites. So if you use that link, you are contributing to me possibly being able to place in that contest. Just so you're aware, there's a chance of me materially benefiting from you clicking that link. So no pressure if you don't really want to join the Discord, or if you want to use a different link like the one that's on the page that I have linked in the pinned comment. But yeah, if you join the Discord, you'll be able to get help even while I'm sleeping, because I can't promise that I'll be around to help at 24 hours a day, especially once I'm back at work. The Idolon infusion system, I agree that it feels like it could be really impactful, but in the pre-release, when they sent out screenshots for Idolon effects, one of the things they had in a screenshot was that you could change the area of effect of your skills. And I looked through, I don't see any Idolons that exist right now that have that, because it was specifically Nazrudin that had an area of effect skill effect. And that's gone. So I don't know what to make of that, whether or not that means that they're not going to do area of effect changes or what. So waiting to see on that, because that could be like absolute game changer. For Idolon infusion. Which armor to get at level 50? Loakoa, I think you're not going to spend very long at level 50, so I was able to get through to level 60 on like solo dungeons in a hodgepodge of whatever the game said had the most events. I think you're really going to want to actually worry about gearing up closer to level 60, by which I mean if you're going to invest properly in armor, save all of your G so that you can get your hands on the level 60 recipes. Between Stellar Saphir and Floating Cannon, I think right now I feel like Stellar Saphir might be easier for me to use because I'm more familiar with the skills and it's got larger AoEs. But the cannon has a lot more of like direct elemental damage, so once I start building elemental damage, it might have a better like long-term prospect sort of thing, like it's got a higher ceiling. Snuff people, no, you don't need to make multiple characters if you don't want to. One of the big things about this re-release of the game, because I don't know if you're super familiar with what's going on, but this is a re-release of a game that I've been playing for 10 years. So in this re-release, one of the biggest things they've done is made it so that you can change your main class whenever you like, as well as your subclass. So you don't need to play multiple characters to be able to try out all the classes or see everything that's going on around it. I'm thinking I might want to make a second class because I'm playing for fun, but I'm a little bit tryhard. Just a little bit. Just a really little bit. Oh, don't look at my other streams where you see me leveling up over 20 characters. Oh, I'm a mess. I'm a mess of contradictions at times, but anyway, right, I was going to open up my armor boxes and see if I could get the right stuff for what I wanted. Right, so I have on my third gear tab green pieces for the sets that I want to make. Nightmare leggings, nightmare wrist strap. So I need nightmare boots. And I need a breathless hat. Do I have some more in here? I think I have some more in here, right? Yeah. Nightmare boots and a breathless hat. Nightmare boots. Wait, I've got nightmare boots. What's going on? Nightmare waist. Okay. Yeah, nightmare sash. And now I need a breathless hat. No, it was Doom hat. Wait, Doom hat? No, breathless. Did I not get any? No, of course not. That would be too easy. Doom. Nightmare. And any better percents on my nightmare pieces? No, not really. Alright, so the reason why I'm specifically going for these two is because I'm going to be making, come down into armor, we're going to do yes, this one. So we're going to be doing the Hood of the Devourer and the Coat of the Devourer. And then for the bottom set, we're going to be doing Revelation, because this is 30% crit damage versus just 15% boss damage. And then the Titan set is your defensive set. So if you want to play as a tank, and you don't really care about your class, I think you could probably play as a tank by just doing top and bottom Titan Warrior set. Reroll the gear substat in this game. Now you can in the OG game, but did we have an item available for it yet? We might not. We might not have a way to actually re-roll your stats just yet. So in the previous game, you had like these stat reshuffle stones. I don't even see the main stat reshuffle stones where you'd be able to adjust your percentage. So for the time being, I think you're going to have to rely on just the tweak tools, like the tools that tweak the stats, and I can show you how to get those just a second here. So in equipment disassembly, if you throw in orange or gold quality items and dismantle, you'll get tools where you can like slightly tweak your stats. I don't know that I really want to use orange ones because you only get to use 6 on each item. So the gold tier ones are going to be slightly better, but it's going to be harder to get your hands on those right now. I'm not 100% sure on how to min-max your gear in this one just yet. Oh, so you did play way back in the day, Joseph. That's cool. Might be if you were thinking you might wanted to try again, this could be a good way in the new server because I mean, there's all these people around. Should I? Oh, no, they already closed the recruitment. Gosh, my inventory's a mess. You know what? I'm just gonna buy that last piece here. Reckless. Ah, it's a lot of dragon points. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. 113%. Not bad. Alright, so this is my base equipment that I'm going to need for upgrading to the orange tier that I want. So that's safely stowed away here, and now I can click back here and be in my current functioning set. And they do have new cores. Like, I made this antelope weapon here, and I was shook because it's got move speed right on your weapon core. That is new. Man, I just want to make a bajillion cores and see what they all are. Hello, Chilixie. Do fashion refinement ability. I wonder what that's gonna be. Ah, my inventory. Right. So I'm gonna finish cleaning up my inventory, and now I see Stella is absolutely staring at me. So we're gonna call it for the day. I'm gonna take Stella for another little walk. And she'll be very happy about that. That one's got a stone in it, so I can't do anything about those. Yeah, I'll have to get rid of these separately because they've got stones in them. And like I said, tomorrow we will be playing the Katana class. We're going to play a melee class for the first time. I'm going to give the Stellar Sphere a little bit more of a workout, doing boring things again. As I mean, you guys stuck with me standing on the portal, jumping up into the sky, so... Oh boy, today was a day. But I guess thank you so much everybody for sticking with me. 2,000 subs. I'm gonna have to make a heartfelt post on my community tab once I've got the right words to express how thankful I am that I had the opportunity to meet so many cool people. And here's to 4,000 within the year now. Alrighty, we're just gonna go before I say something more sappy. Thanks so much, you guys, and I'll post the time that I'm gonna go live tomorrow before I go to bed tonight, but probably pretty late. So we will catch you guys hopefully tomorrow. I don't know, Joseph, because it's really going to depend on what time I go to bed at. I'm so bad at ending streams, I really need to figure something out. Bye!